Na hát, sziasztok! Ez itt rész az Okami Show-tól. Hát, szia mindenkinek! Örülök, hogy itt vagytok. Hát, először azzal kezdeném, hogy viccesen indul a stream. Hát elnézést annak, aki azt látta esetleg félreérthető módon Twitch értesítéseknél, hogy irány a hátsó kert szerepel. Picit elfelejtettük az előző végigjátszás után, vagy hát épp csak elkezdtük, és ennek nevét átírni. Köszi Tancsona, hogy szóltál. Jutólag is. Ő így súgott a háttérre, hogy amúgy. Remélem tisztán hallani egyébként. Picit emeltem a hangon, ahol tudtam. Ha ordítok, akkor azt is mondjátok már, léci. Ennél jobban nem tudom megemelni. Halkítani igen. Köszi. A játékot is hallani fogjátok, csak annyit kell tennem egyébként. A játék nem halk? Az is jó. Egyébként így... Még annyit a napról, mielőtt belekezdünk a menetbe. Iszonyatos meleg van. Úgyhogy felhoztam az uborkát a védből. És akkor ezt teszegettem a háttérbe, hogyha behallatszódnak, akkor sorry. Köszi! Köszi, Manyó! Hoztam vizet, hoztam kávét, úgyhogy van minden. Felkészültem. Hát kellene hallani a játékot, igen, mert hogy belekattintottam és szól. Ezek szerint néma? De van háttérzenéje meg minden. Vagy hát legalábbis csak az van. Aha, mert nem egyébként jól működik. Hallod csak ha... Na. Tudunk akkor egy olyat elvileg, hogy save quit. Yes. Nem gond. Tudunk egy olyat, hogy options.
Isn't that obvious?
Ó, kit hallottam, csak nem fájt. Várjatok, szóljatok, ha nagyon hangos.
Isn't that obvious?
Tudok rajta emelni egy ennyit. Így egyébként jobb. Szia Tancsona! Milyen a hang? Ez még halk. Na várjatok. Még hangosítunk rajta, de ezen túl már csak óvatosan mennék.
Isn't that obvious?
Aha, így meg már túl hangos lesz.
Isn't that obvious?
Most keresem azt a tartományt, ami jó lehet. De elvileg ez. Perfekt. Jó, kösz. Felvettem OBS-ben a hangot, meg az opciók közt is. Jó, bocsi. Mikrofont néha lefejelem, akkor azért van, mert a számba van kb. Na. Hát akkor így fogjátok hallani a gémet. Ha ordít, akkor csak fölmenővel tudom visszavenni. Ez a jelenlegi háttérzene van. Ez a labor. I just had to replace the keyboard with Hungarian. Na hát. Ez egy... jó gondolat. Hát nem irigyellek, hogy cserélgetett konkrétan keyboardjaidat. Kösz, hogy szóltál még egyszer, már életet mentettél. Sajnos a Twitch értesítőt, azt nem tudom már, nem tudom átírni. Ezt automatikusan küldi a legelső megadott cím alapján, de még itt OBS-be gyorsan átfirkantottuk. Nem láthatok semmit így. Na, Egyébként sajnos ez a puzzle még... Várjatok? Aha, igen, az item keresés úgy működik, hogy a safe-hez azt hiszem, hogy nincs meg. Még maga a password. Hát illetve egy van. Nap csillag, ezt megnézem gyorsba, jó? Nap csillag. Jó. Se baj, mi tudtuk, hogy jössz, és így köszi szépen. Aha, jó. Ez egy nagyon szép meglepetés, ezek szerint ezt már megfejtettük, és ez egy aranyfáj volt, akkor arra emlékeztem. Skin is glowing white. Ennél a gyönyörű puzzle-nél akadtunk meg legutóbb. Ez szín puzzle lesz, illetve egy elég tricky, úgyhogy aki szédül, annak sajnálom, és valószínűleg egy ilyen trigger warningot mondanék. I was a little surprised that it wasn't in the morning, but I thought I'd mention it. Nagyon jól tetted, hogy említetted. Mert amúgy igen, japán idő szerint reggel volt, nekünk meg gyakorlatilag magyar idő szerint előző nap este meg volt ez a stream. Ne lepődjetek meg, az a volt még, az már le van mentve, de még nem került fel. Fel fog, látni fogjátok. Amint azt mondja nagyfőnök is, hogy jó van, mindjárt. Miért itt félreértések lennének, mondjuk nem szokott olyan szigorú ellenőrzés lenni, nehogy ezt így bárki. De azért szeretünk jó videót feltölteni nektek, na. Ez a lényeg. Na de a puzzle nagyon fincsi lesz. Egy kicsit ordítok szerintem, úgyhogy lejjebb veszem magam izébe, jó? OBS-be. Csak egy nagyon picit veszem le magam, mert hol ordít, hol hangos vagyok, hol nem. Talán így? Teszthang? Jó, így most már jó. Most már jó lesz így a hang. Na. Na. Azt mondja, hogy... Aha, elcsüptem magam, egy picit átlógok más tartományban. Még itt állítgatni fogom néha a hangot, azért bocs. Csak nem akarom asra, hogy nagyon fűrepesztő legyek. Mert ez aztán nagyon jó élmény lesz tényleg. Na. De így elvileg már jó. Na. Reposition each row so that each A is connected to a T and each G is connected to a C. A, T, G, C. Jól van. Move each row sideways until the letters match up. Doing so may cause other rows to move, however, so be careful. Emlékeztek erre? Múlt hétről. Olyan szívet melengetően csodálatosan. Hát hagyjuk. Igen, DNS. Nagyon jó. Főrepesztő hangerő, tessék, milyen hétfő? Vannak ott problémák a központban. Azt mondja, hogy a TIA és a GC lehet együtt, ugye? Ő és ő együtt mozog. Ő és ő együtt mozog. Ő külön mozog. És ők együtt mozognak. Próbálj meg a középsőket kirakni. Aha. Oldala. Megcsináltam. Egyébként csak próbálkoztam. Azt se tudom, mit csinálok, csak csinálom. Köszönöm. Jaj, azt hittem, féltem ettől a puzzle-től, érted? Azt hittem, hogy tovább fog tartani, mondom, úristen. Ez volt a legrövidebb puzzle életemben szerintem. Did it. That was awesome. Hát, szerintem se. Köszönöm. You want a treat? Mi vegyek én a kutyád? You want a treat, little boy? I'm not hungry. You're turkey. Mi van? Ez kicsit ilyen... érdekes hanglejtést társítok, ez a what in the hell? Stop screwing off, we don't have time for that. Now get over here and look at this. There's something on it. Nézzük csak meg. 3 csillag. Ilyen se volt még, ez szép szabályos. It's different now. The shapes are in different places. Na jó van. Hát akkor nagyon nehéz a password csillag. Csillag. De mi a harmadik? Így van, a csillag. Amúgy a nap is egy csillag, just saying, de 3 csillag. Hogy vagytok egyébként? Találtunk egy Excelavit. Vagy Xelavit. It opened. Turkey. Ó, most ez komolyan lepújkázott, töröközött. Igen. Egyébként ez milyen szép magyaros beszólás, vagy te pulyka? Azt mondom, az egész jó eufemizmus. Nem úgy, mint egyéb ilyen cringe-jazz, amivel egy káromkodást próbálsz helyettesíteni. Open. Suspense was killing me. Na nézzük, mi van itt. Okay, what we got here? First is a map. Persze a papírt vett ki először, véletlenül az elixírt. It says floor B. The one I found in the infirmary says floor A. So did the one from the lounge. It's a bit loud. Okay. Várjál. Nem tudom, hogy mennyire... Nem tudom, mennyire jobb egyébként. 2 point. Oké. Köszi! Azért még ezzel játszani fogunk párszor, de egyszer csak megtaláljuk a jót. Most már azt mondom, optimista vagyok. Tehát most akkor itt tart. Egyébként a maxot azt nem akarom használni, azt hiszem így kezdtem. Mindig amikor betölt egy Zero Escape, akkor ezek maxon vannak. Tehát gondolhatjátok, hogy ha a 3-as ilyen baszott hangos, akkor a teljes az milyen lehet, azt nem próbáljuk ki. az nagyon hangos még nekem is már. Na szépen visszalépünk. Köszi, hogy szóltál egyébként. Jelezzetek nyugodtan. Ha nagyon hangos, nagyon sikít. Túlhalk, kompromisszumkész vagyok. Then that would make floor A the top floor, right? I mean, we rode the elevator down to get here. Yeah, I guess so. Alright, let's keep looking. There's a lot of stuff in there. These are the keycards. Each one's got a picture of a moon on it. Then these have to be the cards the announcer was talking about. Looks like they gave us 2. Just like with the sun cards. Lehet fülhallgatót is függ. Nekem nem volt hangos ezen állna, de majd ha visszahallgatod, úgy is látni fogod, mi a jó megoldás. Igen. De azért is kell nekem a feedback, mert szóval, hogy én másként látom azért. Nekem lehet, hogy pont jó, nektek lehet túl hangos. De az is lehet, hogy kurvára nektek van igazatok. Szóval nekem kell ez a perspektív, ebből építkezem. Ez tényleg olyan, hogy magamtól nem tudom eldönteni. Meg őszintén szólva, ha már ez ilyen téma lesz, vagy lehet szerintem, én bele is megyek. Szerintem fontos az, hogy a content creator az kérjen visszajelzést. Méghozzá tényleg nem kell nagyba, hogyan viselkedjél, érted? Az megint egy ilyen toxikus dolog. Hogyan viselkedjek, mi a nektek jobb, de mondjuk, hogyha egy ilyen kis dologba kér valaki visszajelzést, hogy milyen a hang, akkor az igazából tök építő jellegű, mert lehet, hogy valaki megsüketül tőled, mert mondjuk tényleg 400%-on vagy. Vagy legalábbis lehet azt gondolod, hogy 400%-on vagy, ugye már rögtön más a felállás, már lehet, hogy közben marhára nem hall senki. Amúgy itt volt baszakodás is a update-ekkel. A legutóbbi Windows update úgy felrúgta a hangbeállításokat, hogy nem állított át semmit, de valamit meg szerintem mégis változtatott, mert nem olyan jó minőség. Most nem a streamemre értve, vagy nem a fiúkéra értve, lásd tegnapom a szegét, szerintem tök jó a hangminőség, csak hogy valahogy összességében a minőségen rontott ez az update. Most nem a Windows D-kat akarom bántani, csak valahogy ezek a ezek az overall rendszer update-ek soha nem úgy sikerülnek, ahogy kéne, én azt veszem észre. Nekem is állított rajta, sőt a driver frissítés állított rajta minden. Amúgy nekem a driveremet nem frissíti le normálisan, szóval ezt már lehet jelzem illetékesnek, hogy ráadásul pont a videókártyához tartozó driveret, nem. Úgyhogy picit ilyen, picit egy olyan arcot vágok, mint itt a Dio. Egy ilyen, ilyen skeptical smile, hogy aha. Nagyon jó az update, tényleg. Na, haladok tovább, nem untatlak ki. I'm a solo, so I'll hang on to one. Cool? Sure, fine. Next up, we've got a notebook. Oh, még soha nem kaptunk notebookot, ez tök szépen néz ki, ezt elfordíthatom. Vagy nem. Any interesting? I can't read any of this. Are these even letters? What the heck is this? Isn't it a journal? It's got dates and stuff. Maybe, but I can't read any of this. What language is it? Who knows? Maybe it's Brazilian? They speak Portuguese in Brazil. Anyway, what else have we got here? Nagyszerű, tehát van egy napló, amit nem tudunk elolvasni. Remélem latin szöveg van benne és felérti. Two more things. Is that medicine? What's it say on the label? AX ELA VIR Axelavur Axelaver. Wait, didn't La say something about Axelavir? You're right. This is it. This is Axelavir. It's the cure for Radical 6. Nagyon szép leszínű lötyi, olyan, mint a hipermangán. Let me see that later. We need to get out of here as quick as possible. Yeah, we need to get these stuff to Cork. Tényleg az arca kicsit úgy néz ki, mint... Ilyen napot tudom, mit tettél tavaly nyáron. És tudom, hol volt este 8-10 óra között. Amúgy ilyen detektíves. Meg karizmatikus, mi? Gató szerint kicsit olyan Brad Pitt feje van. Én azóta referálok rá, ilyen Brad Pitt kopik. Bocsika, bemozgattam a mikrofon. Azóta néz ki ilyen Brad Pitt kopiként nekem. I can't unsee that. A másik, hogy nekem olyan féreg feje van. Aki bármikor átvert téged és akár eladja a szerveidet is a fekete piacon, megmondom az őszintét. A Clover ellentétben, aki a fejem fölött van, rózsaszín hajú kis csaj, ő meg egyébként egész aranyos. Csak neki egy picit olyan fura feje van, hogy mindig amikor elvileg szomorúnak vagy mérgesnek kéne lennie, még akkor is inkább mosolyog. És nem a tulajdonságra értem, hanem hogy tényleg nem csináltak neki túl expresszív kifejezéseket. Szerintem dolgoztattak még volna vele, de amúgy egész jó neki az kifejezése már csak egy kis borosta vagy bajusz kellett volna így ide. Vagy esetleg egy ilyen kecskeszakál még jól állt volna neki. Neki meg több arckifejezés. Egyébként tényleg nem rosszak szerintem. Na. First we gotta get out of this room. Yeah, but that's easy. You're on it, right? Aha, még nem megtaláltuk a kulcsot. Elhagyhatjuk ezt a csodálatos laboratóriumot. Nagyon jó volt itt békát boncolni és létrehozni DNS meg magukat ültetni, de most már annyira nem élvezném itt a további lehetőségeket. Na várjatok csak. Keresem a kulcsukat, csak kicsit nehéz, meg úgy látom, hogy a laptop az szeretne lemerülni. Úgyhogy ezt még gyorsan orvosoljuk. Azt mondja, hogy... Hát, megvagy. Aha, ott. Hát akkor menjünk innen. Azt mondom. You guys ready? Yeah, let's do it. Just get it over with. Oh. Oh yeah. Hivatalos.
Hey, hold on a minute.
Mi? Sranira akarsz hívni, vagy mi?
There's something...
Köszi.
I guess there's a couple of things I want to double check.
Mi? Örülhetne, hogy végre kijutottunk, mit akarsz double checkelni?
Well, one of them's not really significant, I guess.
Huh?
First off, this machine. We didn't even end up using this thing, did we?
Yeah.
I was just wondering what it was.
Well, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to answer that. Look at the side here. There's a name on or something. IG replicator.
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
So it's like a copy machine.
Yeah, probably copies IG, whatever that is.
Any ideas?
Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
Persze. Ez olyan, mint nagyon szar banda neve. Ice cream by the gallon. Of course. This machine must be here so we can just make all the ice cream we want. Are you nuts? You're one idiotic girl, you know that. In other words, an IG.
Oh, good one!
Hey, this isn't the time for stupid jokes.
Nem tudom, tedd oda a nyelveddel, akkor biztos kiderül. Azt a villamosszéknél kell, mi? Vagy ott vannak a háttérben a vízvezetékek. Keresünk egy ugyanilyen kapcsolót, csak villanyvezeték. De egyébként fürödni a laptoppal mindig lehet ilyen már, mint hogy ezt nem én mondtam. Meg se hallottátok.
There's a helpless child back there in the infirmary who needs our help.
Ez pont te mondod, te elszent. Hát hadd ne mondjam, mi vagy. Mad Hatter. Brad Pitt copy. Jössz itt a Rolex-eddel. Ezt komolyan te mondod kétszínű izéként. Ott egy helpless child. Te a saját anyádat is egyszerűen eladnád a piacon. He was right, of course. Hát ebben az egyben. I hung my head in shame.
At any rate, as long as we don't know what IG means, we can't do anything with this machine, right?
Gondolom, de viszont vissza tudunk. Adott egy ötletet. Vissza tudnánk jönni ide. Vagy nem tudom melyik idővonalon, vagy melyik világba. De. Amúgy, hogyha ez valami copy machine, akkor eddig miért nem jutott senkinek se eszébe, hogy ami nálunk van egyetlen egy gyógyszer a Radical Six ellen, azt lemásoljuk. Azt sokszorosítsuk. Van egy konkrét laborunk, érted? Egy kihasználatlan laborunk. És elvileg van nálunk olyan csaj is, akinek van orvos diplomája, hogy még milyen orvos, az továbbra se derült ki. De nem értem. Villamosszék, Jézus, ja, persze, én is ott ülve. Utolsó kívás, tudod, oda szólok a rendőrnek. Fogná a kezem ebben a nehéz itt? Persze. De amúgy tényleg te gondolkodtad a játék, hogy biztos a sztori miatt se jut eszébe senkinek egész idáig, hogy sokszorosítsák az Excel-a-vírt, csak szerintem ahogy, hogyha ezt megcsinálják, akkor nem történik annyi fertőzés, nem fertőződik meg annyiszor a gyerek, vagy az egyik csaj, nem ölik meg egymást, vagy saját magukat, tehát hogy nem történnek ilyen nagyon fura helyzetek. Meg lehetett volna ezt előzni. De hát nem tudom. Lehet ez... Én vagyok túl gondolós, vagy aki használja is az agyát valamire. Az aki vagy csak néz egy kalappal, meg pózerkedik.
That's right.
Makes sense. On to the second issue. Sigma, you found a journal and some sort of vial in the safe, right?
Yeah.
The vial. Could you show it to me again?
Why?
I didn't really get a good look at it before.
Hogy a kijöntött a padlóra, megfojtalak téged, és akkor the end lesz.
You guys were in there so close I could barely see it. Was it really Excelavir?
Yeah, definitely. As I pulled the vial out of my pocket. See? It's written right there on the label. Excelavir.
You really are an idiot.
Te vagy már az idiot.
Although I guess in this case the G in IG stands for guy.
What? I don't. The words were barely out of my mouth when he moved. Before I could blink, the vial disappeared from my hand. Hey, what gives?
What are you doing?
Then I slipped the vial quickly into his coat.
Oh, don't worry. I'll keep it safe.
Attól félek én is, idióta. Just for fun is life.
I'll even give it back to you later.
Attól félek én is, te ezt el fogod használni valamire. Sigma az felhúz egy kicsit ebbe, hogy lehet ennyire logikátlan. Hogy amúgy időt ugrik, tudja már, hogy ez a csávó, aki, ez a Brad Pitt kopia, aki velünk beszél, mennyire egy állakkígyó, és ehhez képest betol neki újra és újra és újra. Tehát, hogy ilyen hülye szakképzésen se lehetne valaki. No, not later. Give it back now.
I don't think so. If you want it back, you're gonna have to listen to my request.
Request?
Yeah, that's what I said. If you want this back, in the next AB game, you have to choose ally.
Ally? Wait. Is that why you took the medicine? To blackmail me?
That's horrible! You're using Quark's life as leverage!
Well, I've got some really good reasons to do so. I'll be happy to give it back if you just do what I say.
I didn't realize until I started to read that I curled my hands into fists. That would only give me an opening.
I wouldn't try and take it back by force if I were you. You make any sudden moves and I'll smash it.
He patted his bucket gently.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelavir in here.
Vajon így fenyítetted be a többieket is? Te befenyítetted a többieket, hogy itt van egy kopia Excelavir. Ó, te rohadék! Ezt elmentjük és vissza fogunk húzni. De undorító. Köcsög, kígyó. Kimondom. Heavy Game az ilyen kelet-európai EA? Nem, hál' Istennek nem. Az AB Game az a mini játék, ami az ilyen garázsajtós kis épületekbe szokott történni a raktárépületen belül, ahol választhatsz olyat, hogy online vagy bitrate, ez a két opció van, azon kívül semmi. És attól függően, hogy azt választod el, hogy online vagy bitrate, egyetérthetsz valakivel, vagy tényleg így fullosan elárulhatod. Ami össze van kötve a karperecünkkel, és pontokat kapunk érte. Megvan adva, hogy határozott számú pontot kapsz, hogyha mind a ketten ugyanarra szavaztok. Hogy egymással együttműködtök, vagy eláruljátok egymást. Van arra is opció, hogyha egyik ezt, másik azt válasz, mennék most bele. És a lényeg, hogy 9-ig tudtok elmenni pontszámokkal. Ha 9-et valaki eléri, ki tudja nyitni a főajtót és elhagyni ezt a haláljátékot, akkor kapok egy endinget. És egyébként attól függ, hogy hogyan progresszáltam a játékba. A másik véglet, hogy valaki egyesnél tart, és akkor életveszélybe kerül, ha eléri a nullát, akkor meghal. És itt folyamatosan halhatnak meg NPC-k. Egyébként valamelyik ágazat végén ugye meghalhatok én is, azt jelenti, hogy itt a live-es endingek. Úgyhogy beleragadtam, úgymond a haláljátékra sose jutok ki, stb. Ez csak ennyi. De egyébként tényleg olyan, mint egy kelet-európai EA, abban nem fog vitatkozni. Egyetértek vele. Tette még egy kígyó.
I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
Köcsög. Let's just say that he is so stupid so that at this very moment someone will knock him down. Egyébként megnézném, hogy fájjal hogyan harcoljon, és fájjal azt tud harcolni, arra már rájöttem. Egy-két korábbi végigjátszásban ment, amit itt színbe lenyomtam, ugye amilyen kecsességgel átugrott párszor a fejünk felett, vagy felhúzott minket, vagy ilyenek. Simán levenné Diót, és el tudná tőle venni a Axelavírt. De akkor tényleg Xelaví lenne neki. Haha. De...
That's not fair.
This game isn't about compassion. It's not about being clever.
Ez az egy... Hát azért... Nem mondanám. A mondat első része egyet tudok érteni. De hát azért ez az észrelés szól, mert erővel nem tudsz mindent megoldani, még egy ilyen játékban se. Egyébként.
It's about one thing. How well you can manipulate people to your advantage. How unfair you can be.
Ez megint csak valahol true. De hát ahhoz az eszedet is kell használni, tehát igazából ellentmond saját magának ez a csodabogár. Én most nézem, hogy itt ilyen aranyfuksa is van, ilyen aranygyöngyök. De ez csak nekem most tűnik fel. Ennyi végigjátszás után, haha. Vagy ennyi epizód után, inkább így mondom. Hát az kevésbé félreérthető.
So, what are you gonna do?
Nem tudom, legszívesebben megfojtanálak, felpofoználak egy papuccsal, sőt, inkább 2 papuccsal 2 oldalról, beleverném a fejedbe az üvegfalba, és megnézem, hogyan zuhanyzol a vízbe. Bár se tudjuk amúgy, hogy mi van. Soroljam? Hogy what are you going to do? Gyere, választ.
Ready to promise me you'll pick ally?
Át tudom verni? Vajon? Vajon át tudom verni? Csak félek, hogy ez bad ending. De ő bitrate választ általában, szóval... Fine, I promise. Ó, van, nyugi. Van egy tervem.
Oh, I knew you'd say it eventually.
Rohagy meg.
I'm glad you understand how this works.
Még mindig azt mondom, hogy rohagy meg. Te másnak az életével szórakozol. Jelen esetben egy gyerekével.
But don't think about trying anything funny. Break your promise and... well, you know what happens.
Ezt nem mondtam volna, de meglátjuk.
See you chumps later.
Elmehet a picsába.
I'm really looking forward to the next round.
With one less satisfied shackled, I strutted out of the room. Remélem fejmosás kap
Are you
Clovertől.
really going to do what he says?
Yeah.
Sigma, you've only got 1 BP right now.
Igen, tehát hogyha azt mondom, hogy ölállj, akkor ő valószínűleg arra fog menni, hogy betray, és engem megöl a picsába. Hogyha nullára csökken a pontom, akkor fő karakter meghal.
If we choose ally and he chooses betray,
I know. I dropped to -1, and that means I get penalized. Igen, mert hogy akkor 2 pont vonódik le tőlünk, és át tudsz menni mínusz spektrumba is, ezt nem tettem hozzá, bocsi, mikor magyaráztam.
but that means
Look, it's not like I want to, alright? If we don't do as he says, then he'll destroy the medicine. If he does that, then Quark will...
so you're going to die to save his life? That's... Why would you do that?
In all honesty, I was terrified. My choice was far from a foregone conclusion. Well, we should get back to the upper floor. Everybody else is probably finished already. I bet they are waiting for us. I didn't wait for Clover's response. Ó, bazd meg. Szemű lesz. Én arra fogok amúgy menni, hogy betray. Vagy nem tudom. Nehéz döntés. Ugye Dio az egy manipulatív pöcs, tehát hogyha még azt is választom, amit ő kér, akkor nem tudhatjuk, hogy tényleg együttműködik-e, és esetleg nem játszik arra, hogy amúgy megöljön és megtartsa a gyógyszert is. Szerintem amúgy egy ilyesmire készül. Dum, dum, dum. Igen, ezeket az átvezetőket nem tudom átskippelni általában, úgyhogy sorry, not sorry ebben. Viszont most nem kezdték el az AB game-et hirtelen.
An ambidex gate has been opened.
Oké, de...
45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
De most legalább megváltak vele minket.
Sorry. I went ahead and cracked it open a bit early.
De már elmehetsz a szébe. De jó. In one of his hand was a monkey. He twirled it around like a veteran gambler, grinned and slid it back into his pocket.
You don't mind, right? I figured you and Clover would get up here right away. Besides, I thought it'd be best to get this done soon before you lose your nerve. I don't know about you, I'm really looking forward to the next round.
I glanced around the warehouse. Alison came back, as was Fi, and of course Flower. Weston and the rest of them.
They're in the infirmary.
We carried Quark to one of the beds. Tenmyoji and Luna are looking after him.
I see.
How's he doing? Well, it's hard to say. He seems to be sleeping soundly, but beyond that, there's really no way to know.
No change then.
Right.
So what was your room, Sigma?
Laboratory.
Is that so?
Did it look like the kind of place where they'd be researching viruses and DNA and those kinds of things?
Yeah, it did.
Was there any of that Excelivir?
Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelivir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
My ass flipped there for a moment. Oh, nothing. Besides, be clever bit her lip.
I see.
Húzzam be a fogára és tűnjön el. Igen. So, how it would go with you? Find anything interesting? Filey shook her head. With a unison of movement that almost looked choreographed, Alison Kay shrugged.
Where does that leave us? We've still got about 40 minutes left until voting ends.
What are you gonna do?
I'm a little curious about that lab you found. I thought I might go take a peek at it.
I'll show you the way then.
That would be wonderful.
I think I'll go have a look at the room Alice Kay and Tenmyoji found. Never know. Maybe you missed something.
Good trick.
Perhaps there's some Excelivir hidden somewhere in there.
Ugh. What a bastard.
Then I shall take you there.
What about you two? Where are you going?
Well, I think I start heading over to the infirmary to see of Corksby.
Then I will too.
Glad that's settled.
She nodded to Clover and they disappeared through the magenta door. They in the cave followed a few footsteps behind. Okay then. Guess we should be going to...
Hold on. Show me that journal first. Dio told me about it. He wouldn't tell me anything about the lab except that you found a journal with, his words, some sort of bullshit language.
Ó, akkor valószínűleg latinul van. Reménykedtem benne te olvasni.
He said you had it, so I was hoping I could take a look.
Yeah, one sec. I took the journal out of my pocket and handed it to Fi. She began to flip through the pages, her eyes quickly scanning each one.
This is Latin.
Latin? You mean you can read it?
Yeah, with time and a dictionary.
I mean, van egy archívumunk, ott nincs ilyen dictionary. So in other words, no. Ezek szerint ezen a timeline-on nem tudjátok, hogy van ilyen?
Pardon me for not being able to translate a dead language on the fly. This looks like some kind of research log.
Hát egyébként, tekintve egy laborban találtuk. Érdekes lenne fordítani, hogy mi van benne.
It's not gonna be some sort of, I took the dog for a walk today. It was nice kind of stuff. I can understand a little of it, mostly conjunctions and things like that. But most of these words I've never even seen before.
Fi started to leaf through the book again as she spoke. Then suddenly she stopped.
Wait. I can read this one. Page 216. This isn't research notes. It looks like a personal entry.
What's it say?
Don't rush me. This is gonna take a minute. Interesting. Alright, I think I got it. It looks like they're talking about Radical 6.
Oh, info. What? Why are they talking about that?
Not sure. Let me read it to you. Keep in mind I'm paraphrasing.
Okay. When a body is infected with Radical 6, the processing speed of the brain is reduced. If we assume the brain currently operates on a one-on-one basis with regards to time, Radical 6 reduces it to, as or approximately this. Én ezeket ki nem olvasom, ne haragudjatok. This means that for each second that passes outside, the patient feels that only 1.4 seconds have passed inside. Therefore, when 1 second has passed inside, approximately 1.45 seconds, or gyakorlat 6 seconds have passed outside. In other words, when 10 seconds pass in the real world, a patient infected with Radical 6 would feel as if only 4 seconds had passed. This is why the virus has been termed Radical 6. Radical is another term for what is also known as the root operation, the function in West to the taking of a power. In a less mathematical sense, it can also be used to refer to something that is extreme or severe. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. The exact cause of this is unclear, and although there is as of yet no direct link between suicidal urges and a reduction in mental processing speed, many believe that they are not unrelated. Oh. Those infected with Radical 6. Elindult a fordított éjjel. Those infected with Radical 6 perceived the world to be moving at a fewer pitch, as if it were a videócassette being fast forwarded. Ez egyébként sokkal érthetőbb még nekem is. For instance, although the patient believes that only 10 seconds have passed, in fact, 24.5 seconds have passed. Given this increased speed of input, maintaining the ability to observe and reason would become a Herculean task. One theory holds that the disparity in time perception causes the brain to be flooded with massive amounts of information. Unable to keep up, it begins to fail. Whatever the cause, the infected invariably attempt to take their own lives, which is arguably the most terrifying aspect of this virus. Research suggests that a targeted antiviral could kill or at least disable Radical 6, but we have been unable to develop one. Ez az, amit a Secret File-ok közt találtunk már egyébként. It seems our best hope now is to harvest antibodies from someone with a natural immunity to the virus. Thus far, however, we have been unable to locate a suitable subject, so I have continued my efforts to discover an alternative means of treatment. Given my current rate of progress, I predict that I will have a workable treatment within a decade or two. It is my pure fervent hope that humanity will be able to survive that long. The bodies of those dead from suicide are piled up along the roads leading into and out of town. The entire area reeks with the stench of decay, and the sky is filled with the constant buzzing of flies. At times, their swarms are so thick that when one passes it feels as if a cloud has gone over the sun. Egyébként erre érti a játék folyton, hogy when the lion ate the sun. Lion alatt az elhalálozást érti, illetve az elhalálozásban, hát, bocsánat, gyakorlatilag rotható holttesteket, amikre itt rámennek a legyek. Én szerintem ez egy ilyen párhuzam, amit most hirtelen találtam. Every day I see more crows and rats are everywhere feeding on the dead. Ironically, the only healthy-looking creatures are the stray cats, who have grown fat on a plentiful rodent diet. A few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters. I don't know how many were saved, but I fear only a handful. The survival is the only hope that remains for the human race. Oh Lord, please, let their future be a bright one. Hát ez elég depressing. Sajnálom annak, aki itt ez lehozott az életről. Gyakorlatilag kijutottunk a laborból, de jó, megfenyegetett minket, miten Sigma hülye volt és odaadta neki az Axelavírt. Arra kényszerít minket, hogy válasszunk Köllájt, illetve hallgatnunk el a többiek előtt, hogy Dajónál van az elixír a Radical 6-re. És olvastunk egy depresszív naplóbejegyzést, meg se kérdezném, hogy mi jöhet még, mert lekopogom inkább, nem elkeseríteni szerintem mindenkit. Oh, that's a lot of information. Egyébként megtudtuk belőle, hogy működik a Radical 6. Gyakorlatilag, hogyha te megfertőzödsz ezzel a vírussal, akkor sokkal lassabbá tesz számodra odabent mindent. Lelassítja az agyi működésed és funkcióidat, egyébként meg kívül ugyanúgy pörög minden. Sőt, számodra az outside world az úgy tűnik legalább, mint hogyha egy ilyen gyorsított kazetta lenne. Az agyad agyadat túlterheli a vírus, és az egyetlen kiútként azt fogod látni, hogy elveszed a saját életed. Szerintem ez nem csak egy vírus, hanem valami ilyen írtószó van utólag. Na egyébként... Now we know that the virus does to you though. If you get infected, your brain slows down by the root of 1/6. So that's what about 40%?
That isn't the important part. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide.
Yeah, you're right. That would explain why Quark was, well, trying to kill himself.
There are two other things in here that worry me. First, the part about how they haven't managed to develop a treatment for it yet. What do you make of that?
What am I supposed to make of it? Maybe they just hadn't found one with when this journal was written? I mean, from what we know, there's a drug called Axelavir that cures it.
Exactly. But in the journal it says it might take 20 years to make something like that.
Hold on a second. I'm getting confused. When was this thing even written?
December 29th. No year.
Well, there's no way it was written this year.
Yeah, probably not. Anyway, moving on. The second concern I have is about the underground shelters it mentions. The newspaper article said something about quarantining people too. After we read it, we all thought the same thing. What if this was one of those quarantine facilities? But this journal seems to suggest the opposite. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters.
You're trying to say that this place might be one of those underground shelters, which would mean we're all supposed to be uninfected. We would have been thrown in here to keep us safe.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way to say for sure at this point, but it seems possible.
But Quark's been infected, right?
Then maybe the virus got in somehow.
That would be bad.
Just think about it for a minute. If this is one of those shelters, a lot of things start to make sense. Maybe we've been here for a long time. Like, maybe they put us to sleep somehow. Made us sleep for years, maybe even decades. While we were sleeping, the pandemic that the newspaper article talked about happened. And whoever had this journal made this entry.
And then once the antiviral treatment was finished, they woke us up.
Right. It's all just speculation, but...
No, that doesn't make sense. I mean, it seems like a pretty plausible scenario, but we were all captured before the pandemic started, right?
Yeah.
And how would they have put us to sleep for that long? How would they have known to do that? But most importantly, why the hell are we playing that honorary game if the point of this place is to save us? Throwing a bunch of people into a game that might kill them is a pretty weird way to protect them from a pandemic.
Yeah, you're right.
See?
We don't have enough information to make any real conclusions. I think we should see if we can find anything else.
Fry had barely finished speaking before she took off for the magenta door. Hey, why aren't you coming to the infirmary with me?
Changed my mind. You can tell me about Quark later.
And with that... she was gone. Man let out a long, tired sigh and started off toward the infirmary. Meh. How's he doing?
He seems to be stable, as far as I can tell.
Oh, hello Gazzotia! Jó vagyok, köszönöm, csak megsülök. 35 fok van jelenleg Magyarországon. Szobám az emeletem van, redőny lehúzva, megy a ventilátor, tehát tudod, nem panaszkodni akarok, mert nagyon jól esik a meleg. Jól esik az is, hogy valami legalább fújja rám a levegőt, régen ennyi se volt, csak Hát azért picit levegőtlen is a hely. Egy nagyon picit. Egyébként bekajáltam, úgyhogy kajakóma van. Most pihenek. Veled, Mizu? Milyen ott a tenger? Közelbe vagy, már nem vagy ott? Arra gondoltam amúgy, hogy mindjárt hozok fejjégkrémet, aztán fenn tudja. Sőt, szerintem most csúnya leszek és ezt meg is csinálom, úgyhogy azt mondanám, hogy egy mini várakozásra rakom magam. Mindjárt jövök, addig nyugodtan mesélj Gacó, te is, hogy vagy. Illetve többiek is nyugodtan írhatnak, vissza fogom nézni amúgy is. De szerintem egy pár percre így eltűnök. Itt is vagyok. Köszönöm szépen a türelmet. Kellett ez a jégkrém. Felhoztam magammal. Felhős az idő, és nincs annyira meleg, basszus. Lennék ott. Tengerpart, de jó megy valakinek. Azon kívül is jó vagyok, csak tegnap óta bal kezem van. Már az én manyó... Megmutatom, hogyan kell a biciklivel leugrani a rámpáról. Aha, felbuktam a 2 kerekűvel és ráestem a kezemre, így megrend. Próbáltam mutatványokat előadni, és nem sikerült. Már kb. Úgy hangzik. Hát, néha hamarabb javulást, aztán... Tudom, sablonos, de pihentesd. Már ha tudod. Mert ez így... Ouch. Jó lila is lett.
Still sleeping.
I see. Mind if I have a look?
Please, go ahead.
I made my way around the partition, this side of Quark's bed. A journal and a film file and I thought about would definitely need to be addressed, but for a moment the ABGM was what I needed to concentrate on. Lives were at stake. Mine. And Quark's. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. If the journal was telling the truth, then as soon as the anesthetic wore off, Quark would go insane again. But if we weren't able to restrain him a second time, what if he managed to kill himself before we got to him? Ja, próbáltam megnézni, csak nem jött össze. Hát, mondanám, hogy vigyázz magadra. És ott van ez a generál jó indulat, hogy vigyázz magadra, de tudod, az nem én vagyok. Ott van az, hogy vigyázz magadra, javulást. De hát, ebből tanul valahol az emberke. Or perhaps he just got out of the infirmary and go hide somewhere. On the other hand, it wasn't like we could keep anesthetizing him forever. There was only one way to save Quark, and that was with Axelavir. Unfortunately, Dio had stolen it. If we wanted to get it back, Flower and I would have to vote a lie. But if I did, there was an excellent chance I would end up dead. The question was then what to do. Sacrifice myself to save Quark, or keep quiet about the danger he was in to save myself. It was so faint I almost didn't hear it.
Grandpa.
Hmm?
Grandpa.
He shifted a little, then fell silent again. It was enough though. What on earth had I been thinking? How could I have even considered letting a child die in my place? Suddenly, my cheeks felt hot with embarrassment and disgust. That I had considered letting Quark die even for a minute was pathetic. There was only one chance. There had only ever been one chance. No way I was going to leave Quark to die. My hands tightened in the fist and I looked down at him. Any uncertainty I'd felt before was gone. I knew what I had to do.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex's game polling closes.
Ugyan, Manyolkun, még mindig nem érted utol azt a közös haverunkat, aki mai napig értetlen módon ficamította ki a bokáját. Ebbe belekérdezhetek és el akarjátok mesélni, vagy nem publikus? Már nem publikus, nem kérdezek bele. De amlak amúgy szabad sztorizgatni. Mindedig, amíg full kulturált a Mother, ahogy érzitek tényleg.
All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally. Results will be displayed in the warehouse.
Looks like it's almost time. You two should head back.
What about you?
Not going. I'm worried about Quark.
But you're a solo. If you don't vote...
I'll automatically ally. I know. I heard the voice on the intercom just like you.
What are you going to do if Kay and Alice vote betray?
Nothing, I suppose. Just means I lost that round. I'd just be voting ally anyway. You know who my opponents are, right? Alice only has one BP left. If I pick betray and they chose ally, I'd kill her. I'm not so desperate to escape that I'm gonna kill someone for it.
Példás.
And even if I was, I can't leave Quark behind.
Mi se fogjuk.
You see? Doesn't matter if I go into the AB room or not. My vote's the same either way.
Ja, igazából nem tudok. Barátunk 14-15 éves volt. Kitalálta azt, hogy egy gördeszket, egy biciklit és egy kapát. Nekem elég ez a 3 tárgy egy mondatba ahhoz, hogy megjelenjenek a fejem fölött a szívecskék helyett a kérdőjelek, és ezt kérdezem, hogy what the fuck. Ugye ezt szokták mondani házasságkötéskor, hogy ásó kap a nagy harang, válasszon el titeket. Szerintem itt akkor az volt az elmélet, vagy ez volt így a követendő példa, hogy egy gördeszka, bicikli és kapa válasszon el titeket. Dan's mind was made up. Trying to persuade him to leave would have been pointless. Alright. Take care of Quark.
Of course. You worry about yourself.
Okay.
Let's go. Luna and I headed out of the infirmary, leaving Tem and Quark behind. Then we got to the warehouse. We found everyone else waiting for us. Well, not quite everyone. One other person was missing. Hey, where's Dio?
Take a look at the doors.
They're all closed. When we came in here before, the one on the far right was open.
And that would mean...
That he went in, I guess.
Exactly.
That bastard. He'd probably been worried I might try and take the accelerator from him by force, so he'd hidden himself in the AB room. A bicikli hátulján volt egy csomagtartó-szerűség. Beakasztotta a csomagtartóba a kapát, és ráállt a gördeszkára, majd elindult. Szóval azt mondod, hogy ezt igazából a két ember csinálta? Hogy volt egy, aki hajtotta a biciklit, ő meg a kapába kapaszkodott úgy, hogy gördeszkázott rajta, és ő volt a ti haverotok? Mert valami ilyesmit tudnék elképzelni hirtelen. What a coward. I made up my mind to choose a lie, no matter what, but... Part of me had still considered trying to jump Dio if he dropped his guard. Now he made sure I wouldn't get the chance to try. Yep. Oh, köszi. Akkor így értem. Kapával húzottam meg. Kitalálom, ez itt történt Magyarországon. Hát hol máshol.
Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh,
The next Brentan's choice.
I see. Well, I guess that means I don't have to worry about him picking Betray.
right. What will you guys be choosing then?
Ally, of course.
Because my BP is 6, I assume.
Yes. As long as Tenmyoji votes Ally, I can't choose Betray. If I do, K's BP will go up to 9.
But what if he forces you?
Szerintem azért mentek még egyet. Mi ez a nevetés?
You needn't worry. I would never do something so crass.
Really?
Of course.
Then you don't need to go in there.
Excuse me?
Alice can vote by herself. Then we don't have anything to worry about, right?
Well, I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't agree to that.
Aha.
Why not?
I just can't.
Fura vagy.
Shall we go, Alice?
Nagyon fura ez a Kay is.
Hey, hold on a minute there.
Kay continued briskly toward the AB room as if he simply hadn't heard Fi. Eddie scrambled to follow him, perhaps concerned that he would lock her out. Only seconds later they disappeared into the third room from the left.
I hope Alice is going to be okay.
Well, there's nothing we can do now. If Kay told the truth, she'll be fine.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Őre félek, mi lesz itt.
Time's almost up. Come on, Luna.
Right.
They headed off at a trot toward the second room from the right and were soon out of sight inside it. Alright, Clover, time for us to go.
Oh, okay. Right behind you.
I sighed to myself and headed toward the leftmost AB room. Na, ez az AB game. Meg a hozzávaló szoba. És ehhez kellett a kártya. Ezt már ismeritek. Páran. Lehet.
What are you gonna do?
I don't really have a choice, do I? There's only one thing I can do. I'm going to choose a lie.
You can't! You'll die!
Well, you never know. Just because they told us to lie doesn't necessarily mean he's going to pick betray. Tehát a félek is, hogy amúgy betrayt fog választani gecire.
Do you really think a jerk like that is going to choose Ally if he doesn't have to? No. No way! He's got 6 BP right now. If he picks Betray, then he'll have 9 points!
Well, what about you?
Huh?
You got 6 BP too, right? If I choose a lie and we choose Betray, then you'd have 9 BP.
What? No, that's not... I didn't even realize that until you brought it up. I'm just trying to tell you that Dio is going to pick Betray. That's who he is.
I'm trying to tell you that I've made up my mind. That's who I am. The only choice is a lie. It's the only chance we have to get that medicine back.
That's why Dio called you an IG. What makes you think he's going to give us the Excelavir, even if you do what he says?
Erre én is kíváncsi lennék. Elég szerintem milyen mentálisnak és idiótának tűnik eddig a Sigma. Maybe he won't, but I can guarantee that he'll destroy it if we pick Betray. That's who he is.
Fine. If you aren't gonna listen to me, then I guess I don't have a choice.
Meg fogod nyomni azt, hogy Betray.
I'll be pushing that button.
Haha. Before I realized what was going on, Clover ducked past me and ran over the voting machine. Oh. No, stop. I snatched her by the arm and hauled backward with all my strength. Oh, ellöktük.
Ow!
Sorry. Guess that was a little too hard.
Hey! What do you think you're doing? You can't just throw a girl around like that.
Well, you're the one who tried to trick me.
But you're gonna die! Dio's going to kill you! You can't do this! I don't want you to die.
Mm.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex's game polling closes.
Thanks, it means a lot to hear you say that, Clover. I gave her my best reassuring nod and turned to face the polling machine.
3, 2, 1.
Addig nem is volt probléma, amíg mentek, ott kezdődött, mikor a bicikli lefékezett. A bicikli megállt, a gördeszka ment volna tovább, csak a kapa megállította. A kis hiány medencél jobb oldalát benyomva. A jobb láb feje pedig kicsuklott. Jobb, így kificamította a bokáját első alkalommal. Sose volt észszerű. Hát... Erre bocs, nem bántani akarom az illetőt, aztán mondani, hogy olcsó játék hülye gyerekeknek. Amikor az ember nem abba gondol bele, hogy amit csinál, az esetleg veszélyt hordozhat magába, és csúnya vége lesz, hanem haha, very funny, nagyon viccesnek gondolja, kipróbálja és a saját kárán vagy rájön, vagy nem arra, hogy amit tett, az jó-e vagy se. Remélem tanult belőle, és azóta legalább nem csinál ilyesmit. De aztán who knows. A meg is nem változik. Hát, nem irigylem. Kicsit megcsókolta őt a kapa. Egyébként ez elég durván hangzik, hogy a medencéje jobb oldalát benyomta össze, hogy kapott a bokafica mellé még egy nyílt sebet is, vagy azt nem kapott. Csak így eltalálta, megütötte. Szemot kifeküdnék. Egyébként gondolkodom még, hogy mit válasszak, mert ugye Dionál van az elixír, ami gyógyítja ezt a fránya vírust a játékban. Ha Betrayre megyünk, akkor lehet, hogy eltapos minket, hogyha Ellára megyünk, akkor lehet átver minket. Szóval nehéz a döntés. Megpróbáltunk vele játszani. De én nagyon ellene vagyok. Én nem akarom ezt. Úgyhogy én arra mennék, hogy Az az, hogy ez, amikor egy új helyzet van, akkor a játék megjegyzi az első választás, és aztán abból indul ki. Én arra mennék először, mondjuk, hogy betray. Őszinte leszek. Nem tartom jó ötletnek, hogy együttműködünk valakivel, aki lehet átpasz minket. 50-50 chance-el. Nem volt nyílcsebe, csak a kapa végig így majdnem felnyers. Az fincsi. Kicsit megsimogatta őt a kapa. Mennyi idő volt, amíg helyre jött belőle? Szerintem azt mondom, hogy menjünk arra, hogy betray. Nekem arra csúszott a kezem.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
Biztos vagyok benne, hogy nem kell feláldoznunk magunkat.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Clem and I walked slowly out of the AB room. Dale glanced over at us as he exited his own room. I looked away before he could make eye contact.
Sigma, why? After all that stuff you said. I mean, it's not like I'm criticizing you. I think you made the right decision.
Sorry.
You don't need to apologize. I think I would have chosen betray if I was in your position.
Kb. Egy hónapig lábazott. Jó van.
We'll find another way, all right? We just have to keep an eye on Dio.
It's the bad ending. Oh no.
As soon as he gives us an opening, we take it. And I'm sure Alice will help us too.
Ez volt az én reményem is. Did you tell her?
It's okay. We can trust Alice. There's no way she told him. Anyway, let's go check the results.
Yeah, sure. Bad ending lesz akkor, gyerekek. Amúgy betrélt minket. Meghaltunk volna.
Results from please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Nem hagyunk kijutni.
Hey, what the hell is this?
Sorry, I decided to choose betray.
Oh, so you don't care what happens to Quark?
What kind of a cold-hearted bastard are you?
Jeez.
Please, just give it back.
Hey, Sig.
We found the Axelavir in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it. What? You mean he has it right now?
Nah, I don't have it.
What?
Well, I won't have it in about 2 seconds.
A japán feszültségkeltő karakterkép feltűnőstem. Képzsitek meg mindig jobbak egy fokkal az indiai szappanoperákban lévőknél. Egyébként egyetértek. The moment the words left his mouth, I knew what he planned to do. No, don't. I leaped toward him as I spoke, but it was already too late. Dio snatched the vial up to his pocket, brought it up, and threw it to the ground.
No!
You bastard.
What are you doing?
A promise is a promise. If you'd chose an ally, this never would have happened.
Aha, és akkor én meghalok, mi? Ha beeditálnál egy ilyen egy szembolcsimi portrét, annak körül... Ne adj neki ötleteket, hát kinek az oldalán ez, ha?
You wanna blame someone? Blame yourselves.
Idióta. Amúgy egy szembolcsimi tényleg jobban festene, mint ez a szőke. I had enough. Something snapped in my brain. Bastard. Ó, ezek harcolnak. Let the gutter roar and leap forward. Only to be stopped short by a firm hand on my arm. It was fine.
Hold it.
Why are you stopping me?
Because this isn't the time for that.
What do you mean this isn't the time for?
Look at the number 9 door.
Oké, kiszabadult. Sziasztok, miért először köszöntöm, miértetek fel? Oh. What is he?
No!
Ó, és tényleg ő ki fog jutni? Uff. De egyébként meg meghaltam volna, tehát ez így. Én meghaltam volna, mert lementem volna mínusz 1-be. Jó. Jó a játék.
What?
Suddenly we were all running toward K and the number 9 door. Oh well. Bad ending it is. Egyre aki kiszabadult, több itt maradt. És ez az ajtó csak egyszer nyílik ki. What the hell you think you're doing?
What am I doing?
Még még mindig Gacó tartja az úgymond rekordot. Ő az egyetlen, aki minden csuklóját eltötte és kificamintotta a pokáját. Az így szép. Te meghalsz, vagy mi?
Well, that should be obvious. But if you insist, I am attempting to leave.
Fú, Tancsana. Miért érzem úgy, hogy téged meg lehet venni kilóra a zámbultimivel?
Are you fucking kidding me?
I assure you, I would do no such thing. I am perfectly serious. After a rational assessment of the facts, I have concluded that this is the wisest course of action. What is currently our highest priority? The answer is, of course, to save Quark. He must be taken to a hospital as soon as possible. For that to happen, one of us must escape and call for help. Currently, the only one of us capable of doing so is myself. That is why I intend to escape.
And leave us all behind.
Unavoidable. But as I said, I do intend to call for help.
Couldn't you have at least waited until the next round? Then you could have raised Quark's BP to 9 and taken him with you.
And what would happen if Dio was Quark's opponent in the next round? I have no illusions about what Dio would do. This is the most logical choice.
No. Ez így egész érdekes.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Wait! Where's Alice?
Ah, yes. Alice is in the AB room. She has collapsed. But you needn't be concerned.
Aha, te összenyomtad őt, mi?
She is only sleeping.
Oh no! What did you do to Alice?
You will need to ask her yourself. I must take my leave.
Hey! God damn it! Wait!
The you charged that K? But the larger money suicide stabbed him and tumbled namely through the door just before it closed. Szivatni akarlak, írd le nyugodtan. Figyeljetek, én csupa fő vagyok.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation.
Én csak azt mondom, hogy fuck you too.
As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible.
Ezért bedending a bedending, mert ilyenkor ez az ajtó, ez a 9-es ajtó csak egyszer nyílik ki. A játék sztori szerint. Utána soha többet. Az, hogy mi ezt többször meg tudjuk tapasztalni, azért van, mert a karakter vissza tud menni az időben. Szóval így, nye.
Please enjoy your stay.
Szóval kvázi itt vagyunk, amíg tart az élelemkészlet, aztán szépen meghalunk. Na jó, akkor arra megyünk, hogy ölelj. Így picit átugranám majd a könnyes búcsút, de lehet, hogy nem kell. Itt akkor arra megyünk, hogy fene belé. De remélem, hogy meghalni nem fogunk teljesen. Ó, mégiscsak szappanopera van, akkor bocsánat, ezt kippelem. Bla 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 bla. Nem teheted meg, de meg akarom tenni. De beszélni akarok a fejeddel, nem fog menni, ugye? Ez az igaz sztori. Hoppika, hoppika. Még mindig erősebbek vagyunk, mint a csaj.
Hey, what do you can't
Nagyon sajnálom. Na, könnyes búcsú, könnyes búcsú.
3, 2, 1.
Na, és a lényeg? Ölelj. Akkor legyen ölelj. What has been recorded? Please wait.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
Akkor folytassuk játék. Nézzük itt mi lesz.
Result. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Na jó van. Te vagy már az opening. Clover and I stepped out of the AB room. For several long moments we just stared at one another. Words weren't necessary. Everything she would have tried to tell me I could already see in her eyes. Let's go. I turned and headed toward the results screen.
Sigma.
I heard her behind me, her voice barely louder than a whisper. The choice was already made. I stood up straight and kept walking. Na, azért. -1. Ki hitte volna? Tehát Sigma gyakorlatilag halott. Kay ugyanúgy eléri a 9 pointot. Egyébként Dio is elérte a 9 pointot. Érdekes.
Results from please.
Jó van. Lényegtelen. A többi.
What?
Sigma's BP is...
Negative.
Suddenly all eyes were on me. I felt their weight but stood my ground. It was the result I had expected. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I didn't have to wait long. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetics of a real. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble, then gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Hey! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Trying to open my eyelids was like trying to lift sheets of leads. My eyes had lost the ability to focus, but I could make out a blur that had to be there in front of the number 9 door. Damn, you keep your promise. I groaned and with a Herculean effort lifted my head and then my sluggish body off the floor. Every step was a battle, and whenever I shifted my weight, my muscles threatened to give out again. Szia Grace, sziasztok, szép napot mindenkinek. Hello! Szia Kera! Kösz a kávét! Ó, egyébként jaj, mondod, van itt velem szemben. Mindjárt iszok belőle. Mizu! Somehow I forced myself ahead, a single thought burning in my mind. I would reach Dio. Then, at last. Meleg van, nem bírom. Oh. The splotch of color faded into a recognizable person. I threw out my hand in front of him. Give it back. Give me back the
Give
medicine.
it back. Don't act like it's yours. Aren't we supposed to share everything we find here?
Kurva nénike élet. Egyébként nálunk is elég meleg van, most már 36 fok van. Érdekes, egy fokot nőtt. I don't care, just hand me the medicine.
What are you
What are you talking about? We found the axelavir in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it.
What?
You mean he has it? Right now?
Yeah. So?
I kept my promise. Now you. I wasn't a fool, I knew the kind of person Dio was. There was a chance he wouldn't give us back the axelavir. If he didn't, then I died with my hands around his throat. I gathered as much of my mind as I could and got ready to attack.
Fine.
Not quite what I'd been expecting.
Here.
With a shrug, he pulled a vial out of his pocket and tossed it toward me. Oh! I caught it and pulled the tiny glass bottle to my chest, worried I might drop it. There was said unmistakable axelavir. It was the real thing. Clover, take it. I held it out toward her.
Right, of course.
She quickly tugged it into her pocket. Good. Now at least Quark will be alright. Nagyszerű, visszaszereztük Quarktól. Vagy hát Dio-tól ezt a szart. Röviden, a Gazó nem vette le a kormányról a kezét, illetve a féken hagyta a lábát. És belehajtott a kicsit nehezebb traktorba 20 km/órával, mert figyelmetlen volt, és hátrafelé nézegetett. Majd a csuklói eltörtek, a lába pedig akkora ütést kapott, hogy kificamította a bal bokáját. Néha nehéz vezetni neki is, hiába neki van a legrégebben jogsia. Ó, úristen. Az azért, ez egy szép kis baleset. Hát megértem, hogyha nehéz így a vezetés. Mondjuk azt, hogy egyik őtöket se irigylem. Jól összekuszálódott, jött banda vagytok. Mindegyik őtöknek szerintem van valami harci sérülése, vagy nem tudom ezt így szebben nevezni. Most nem gúnyolódok veletek, meg semmi ilyesmi, ami kemény miken mentek kereszt. With that, the last of my strength left me and I dropped to my knees. Oh well.
Sigma, are you okay?
Te miért kérdezed ezt a gózat? A gyanús vagy nekem?
Sigma! Sigma!
Nurse, is this for real? Let's put you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the tubocurarine is injected, numbing your respiratory muscles.
I guess this is it.
I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
9 minutes. Once the safari was injected, I had 9 minutes until the muscle relaxed and followed it. About 4 minutes had already passed, which left me with 5, give or take a little. In 5 minutes I would be dead. What could I do in 5 minutes? How could I save myself? I gave a raspy quiet laugh, even with death staring me in the face. I seemed to be determined to struggle right up until the very end. Okay, Sigma, you can do this. Clinging to that phrase of what little consciousness I had left, I racked my brain for any possible solutions. How could I save myself? How? There had to be something. Every problem, no matter, there's always another option. Hopelessness is a state of mind. I just had to think. If there was a way out, I'd find it. I wasn't ready to give up on life yet. There had to be an answer. De hülye, nem 20 volt, hanem 30-al mentem neki a traktorkerekének, és azért néztem hát, hogy már majdnem kiléptek elő. Ejjjj. Menjünk erre a branchra vissza, jó? Ez a jobb oldaliból az egyik hosszabb. Most már tudjuk, hogy van excelevér. Van több.
All right, please pay attention, everyone. You need to hear this. The Atom has finished scanning Alice.
Ja, most ő van lent padlón, az jó. Ezt valakajok is.
What did it say?
Her results are identical to Quark's.
Aha, az az, de valami 2 ember van megfertőzve. Engem csak megvertek a gengek, nekem nincs ilyen epic sztorim. Figyelj, én ebből nem rendeznék igazából versenyt. Az egyik őtök bicikli trükközni próbált, nem jött össze, a másik ótok neki ment egy traktornak, a harmadik ótok meg gangfightokat vívott. Szerintem ez már önmagában, vagy csak a gangfightot nézem, és egy meredek szitu. Mindegyik a maga módján. Én csak próbáltam valakit megvédeni, abból az lett, hogy gyomron vágtak, megpördültem a tengelyeim körül és súroltam a betont. Ami meg ilyen bicaj sztori, az kellemetlen. Azt nem biztos, hogy akarjátok hallani. De lényegében mondjuk az, hogy van egy jelentős okom, ami miatt én soha nem tanultam meg bicajozni, és inkább csak nézem azokat, akik bicóznak.
She has also been infected with Radical 6.
Úristen, ne meglepő. On our way back, Fi had gone off to retrieve the rest of the participants. 7 sets of eyes violent as Luna spoke.
Oh no, no! What's going to happen to her? Well, like I said before, there's only one way to cure Radical 6. There's a special antiviral treatment. Do you know what immunoglobulin is?
Immunogoblin?
It's another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6. Those antibodies are the basis for Excelavir.
Wait, what about those boards in the treatment center? Can't we just take them in those?
Right. I thought of that too, so I went and took a closer look at them. Unfortunately...
They can't cure it.
Correct. They can suppress the symptoms for a while, but they can't kill the virus itself. The only way we can help Alice and Quark is if we can find some Excelavir.
But the pods will keep them from getting any worse, right?
Yes.
Well, then what are we waiting for? One of you, grab Alice. We're going to the treatment center.
As he spoke, Tan moved over to Quark and lifted his small, unconscious body off the bed. Quark shifted slightly as Tan moved him, and something fell out of his pocket with a soft clink. Oh, Pika. I bent down slowly and picked it up. Excelavir. Is this medicine?
What?
Well, what is it?
Hold on. There's a name on the label here. Excelavir.
Excelavir! You found it, Sigma?
Ja, nem, közül csak én baleseteztem autóval. Neked is volt autóbaleseted? Ment, hogy úgy autó, hogy jármű. Szóval, hogy kb. Ennek veszem a traktort is. Hiába mezőgazdasági eszköz. Meggyőz. Újra Hármunk közül csak én nem baleseteztem. Ja, már értem. Köszi. Igen, ez picit más.
That's the one thing that can cure Radical 6.
Why did Quark have it?
Perhaps he found it earlier.
Earlier van.
We explored the laboratory. It was on the other side of the red door. I happened to notice Quark putting something in his pocket.
He did.
Whether or not that was his intention is unclear. I did not have the opportunity to ask, as he collapsed immediately afterwards. It didn't feel appropriate to go digging around in his pockets for it after that. And to be honest, it had also slipped my mind. We were rather preoccupied with getting him to the infirmary as quickly as possible.
Who cares about the details? We have it. Hurry up and give it to him, Luna.
Hey, hold on a minute. What about Alice?
Does it really matter if she goes first or not?
I'm sorry, but I don't think we can do that.
What?
There's only enough here for one person. The only way we have to administer this is with the injection gun. And the way it functions, it uses a whole bottle each time you pull the trigger.
In other words, we can't split the dose in two or something.
Ja, hogy akkor rosszul emlékeztem, és ez az, amit a laborból hozott ki a kis srác. Szóval még mindig nincs akkor egy másik piszénk.
Right.
Well, we all stood stand, fine moved. Stepping over to Quark, she quickly ran her hands through his clothes, and stepped back with a frown and a small shake of her head.
Nothing.
Eddig ugyanaz megy a idővonal, ahol nem kéne.
That one bottle was it.
Do you think we might be some more back in the laboratory?
No, unfortunately not.
No.
Oh, God.
Just enough medicine for one dose.
Nem értem.
Only one person can be saved.
Who should we give it to?
Alice or Quark?
What the hell is this? There's no way we could going to save one of them.
And what are we going to do?
We have to spell it out. We're going to save them both.
How?
That's... I need to calm down. Think there had to be some way to save both of them. It was there, I knew it.
Do you know what immunoglobulin is? It's another name for antibodies.
IG replicator.
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
Hoppa. So it's like a copy machine?
Yeah, probably copies IG, whatever that is.
Immunoglobulin. Replicator. Any ideas?
Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
Hoppá, egybeolvad két idővonal, gyerekek. Mikor Pécsben elmérted a fektávot és elvittél egy parkolóórát. Mi a fasz? That's it. I've got it. The IG replicator in the laboratory, it's an immunoglobulin replicator machine.
What?
If I told you you had a nice antibody achievement unlocked. Folytatódik a story! Yay! It can copy immunoglobulin antibodies. Luna just said Axelavir made from antibodies. That means he can make more Axelavir.
Hold on a moment. There is a strange device in the laboratory that says IG replicator on it.
Hú, tényleg.
Clover and I examined it thoroughly when we were in that room.
Mhm.
Yeah. We never could figure out what it did, though.
Exactly. My question is, how do you know about it, Sigma?
I saw it when I was in the laboratory.
When was that?
Probably when you were looking for Alice, right?
No, that was wrong. I hadn't gone to the laboratory when I was looking for Alice. I didn't think I'd ever been to the laboratory. So how did I know about the IG replicator?
If what he's saying is true, then we should be able to duplicate the Axelavir.
akkor csináljuk.
That would mean we could cure Alice and Quark.
Jogrendes voltam, és kihívtam a rendőrséget, és kifizettem a büntetést, meg a parkolórát. Jézusom. Az viszont marha drága lehetett, szóval I'm sorry.
Let's go have a look then.
De ez tényleg jó fej, hogy felhívtad a rendőröket, hogy hello, bocs, elvittem egy parkolórát a randízni.
The laboratory, right?
Yeah, no time to waste.
No time to waste. We all noted. Wait, we can't leave them here all alone. Well, do you think you could stay behind and look after them?
Oh, of course. I'd be happy to.
Alright then, let's go. Na, gyerekek, folytatódik végre az egyik kérdőjeles idővonalunk. Hát végre. Progress. Megváltozott az idő. Ez nekünk nagyon jó. Kicsit elhajlítottuk a teret. De megcsináltuk. Amíg töltödik, iszok kávét is.
So this is the lab, huh?
És azért nem engedjük Monyhót vezetni. Itt is vagyok közben.
Yes.
Itt van nálam kávé.
Where's this IG replicator thing?
Right here. See?
So this can copy the acceleravir?
I think so.
What are we waiting for?
Calm down, alright? Don't rush me. Be careful, lower the small wire of the acceleravir into the slot of the side of the machine. The wire already protruded from the other side. Presumably, that was where the duplicated acceleravir would go. Ready? When I push this button, it should...
Skip it. Just press the damn thing.
Alright. Pressed. Ez csodálatos van. Hoppá, copy. Did it work?
Have a look. The empty vial has something in it now.
And the vial Sigma used remains as it was. It does not seem to have lost any of its contents.
So, it worked?
Would have been pretty bad if it hadn't.
Alright, let's get this thing back to the infirmary. I reached down and pulled both files from the machine, intending to slip them directly into my pocket. Azt nem mondd, hogy ellopja megint ez a csodás ember, mert akkor megfoltom. Te lejtetted az egyiket, idióta. Oh shit.
What happened?
Sorry. My hand slipped, idióta fasz.
You
Bocsánat.
dropped one of them?
Yeah, just one though.
What in the hell? What if you'd broken it, you idiot?
Come on. If I'd broken, then we could have just made another copy. Before time could reply if I spoke.
Guys?
I was surprised to hear her voice coming from near my feet. I looked down to see her staring intently at something beneath the table.
You see? It did break.
No, the vial's fine. See?
She held it up in one hand but didn't move her eyes.
Then what the heck is going on down there?
Take a look.
She stepped back from the table quickly and silently. The rest of us bent down to look. Oh! Megvan a 2-es számú bomba. Ezt kerestük már egy ideje. Bomb?
Whoa. Really? That makes 2 then.
Guess Kay was right after all.
So there were more bombs.
So it would seem.
Csodálatos.
Was this here when you guys came through the first time?
No, it was not.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, and I looked real hard.
Then somebody must have said it while we were looking for Alice.
Who the hell would do that?
Remélem én leszek a gyanúsított, miután megmentettem mindig is segít. If you're all out looking for Alice, it could have been any of us.
No, not any of us. I was back in the infirmary. Quark was still out, so I was keeping an eye on him.
So we shouldn't consider you a suspect, is that right?
Yeah, Quark's off the list too.
But Tenmyoji, you have no proof that you spent the entire time in the infirmary, do you?
What?
You could have quietly made your way to the laboratory, planted the bomb.
That's insane! Listen to yourself! There's no way in hell I'd have left Quark all by himself to go plant a goddamn bomb!
Dan was still starting furiously at Kay when Clover spoke up.
Hey, what's this thing?
I turned in time to see her grab something from under the table.
It looks like a memory card.
Where was it?
Right under the bomb. It was down on the floor under the table.
Could it have been put here by the same person who set the bomb? There was nothing like it here when we examined this room.
Do you think they dropped it accidentally?
Unless it was left here intentionally, yes. I imagine so.
What do you think's on it?
Let's take a look. Could I see it for a minute?
Yeah, I guess so.
I plucked the card out of her hand and looked around the room. Nothing. Shoot. Hold eyes. We'll need to plug it into something that can read memory cards, but I don't see anything here.
So what do we do?
Well, if I knew, I'd be doing it. Menjek az infirmeribe.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before...
Igen, mindenki alájolni fog,
Guys,
hogyha nem
I think
szavazzanak
maybe we
én.
should get back to the top floor.
Yeah, you're right. We've got what we came here for.
What should we do about the, bomb?
Not much we can do except leave it here. Alice said it'd be dangerous to touch them.
True, but
Drop it. We can talk about the bombs later. Right now we need to take care of Alice and Quark.
Right. So we go back to the infirmary, give them the elevator, then head back to the Flora house.
Right.
Na, végre ki tudjuk őket kúrálni, ez jó lenne.
This ought to do it. It might take a little while, but they should recover.
Hát figyelj, ebben a kijelentésben 2 dolog nem stimmel. 1, hogy tudsz vezetni, 2, nem tudsz vezetni. Her voice was quiet as she backed away from Alice and Quark. In her hand was the injection gun. She carefully moved the empty vial and placed it gently in the cabinet with the other one. While we were in the laboratory, Luna had moved Quark to a crude cot. They both looked peaceful as they slept. The madness I had seen on their faces before was completely gone.
Are they really going to be alright?
Yes. The analysis I did on the vials confirmed that the duplicate was real Excelivir. The original was genuine too, of course. Now that they've been treated...
it's only a matter of time before the virus is eliminated.
I believe so, yes. Oh man, what a relief. I was really worried.
Clover grinned. Agreed. I gave her a reassuring pat on the back.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
All right, everybody. We can be relieved later. Right now we need to get to the AB rooms and fast.
Damn, don't even have time to catch our breath.
Come on, let's go. The Flora house is waiting. Most tudom, kivel ezek egy párba, vagy ki ellen vagyok ezen az idővonalon. Viszont megmentettük mind a 2 embert a fertőzéstől. Szóval ez máladás, hogy egy gyereket valahol meggyógyítottuk. Elméletben. És nem kellett választani 2 ember közt, melyik halljon meg. De egyik se fog. Remélhetőleg. Where's Dan?
Oh, he stayed back in the infirmary.
What?
Why?
Well, when we were all heading out, I noticed he wasn't doing anything. So I asked him if he was coming with us, and this is what I got.
I'm still worried about Quark and Alice. I think I'll stick around and make sure they're okay.
I see. That means that Phi's only opponent will be Dio.
És döntenünk kell, és megint, ha úgy döntök, akkor szar ending, ha úgy döntök, jó ending. Van most már egy jó ending, nem? Van.
Ugh.
That's cool. Nothing to worry about.
But...
I plan to choose Ally.
Oh. Uh-huh.
You know why?
Because I've only got one BP.
Exactly. If you chose Ally and I betrayed you, your BP would drop below 0 and... Well, we know what happens then.
És miért érdekel ez most igen?
I want to win, but I'm not that desperate. You see what I'm saying, right?
Hát persze már nincs lehet az ellenszer, azért vagy most ilyen.
Tenmyoji and Dio are a pair. Tenmyoji only had one BP left. Since Dio said he's going to pick an ally, Phi can't really pick anything else. If she does, Tenmyoji will...
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Kay and I are gonna be going one-on-one too, right? Since Quark's still sleeping.
That is correct.
How many BP do you guys have?
I've got 6.
As do I.
Oh. This will be a tough one then.
If one of them can get the other to ally, and then betray that person, the betrayer will have 9 points.
Five style. Fúj, nem. Még mind a kettő mastermind és mind a kettő féregés fáj, ez quite literally meg tudná ölni Dio-t, szóval ez ilyen love-hate relationship lenne szerintem. Akkor már Luna és Kay, ők ketten. Az ápolónő meg a robot cosplayes. Ó, bocsi.
Look, Kay, I know you don't really have any reason to trust me, but...
I know. You would like us both to vote ally, yes?
Yeah.
I agree. If we were to both betray, then we would gain no points. We would lose nothing either, but that's hardly relevant. If both of us cooperate, then we will both gain 2 points, which is much more beneficial.
Right. Okay, good.
Én Luna ellen vagyok, vagy mi?
You're really gonna do it, right?
Yes,
Promise?
promise.
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
Shit, we need to move, now!
Indeed. Shall we?
They okay, fine, Clover took off immediately, heading into different AB rooms. Counting from the left, I went into room 3, Kay went into room 4, and Fine Clover went into room 5 and 6 respectively. That left Luna and myself. What do you think about taking one on the far left?
Sounds good.
With that settled, we headed into AB room number 1. Mik ezek a sippek? Ezt én is akarnám tudni, de hát... Hey. Azt tudom, ki ellen szavazok. Amúgy. Félek. De lehet arra megyek, hogy a lie. Amúgy.
30 seconds remain until Ambidex...
It's probably a little late to say this, but you know Alice is still in the infirmary, so...
You're saying we should pick a lie, right? Is there going to default to that way?
Yes.
I know. It's not really fair to betray somebody who's voting. His face broke into a warm, happy smile. Not to be sappy, but it was like ray sunshine on a cloud day. I leaned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the lonely game didn't seem so scary.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hát akkor menjünk a lie-jal.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Thank you, Ambidex Gates.
Igazából mindig ugyanazt mondja. Regisztráltuk a szavazást, kösz, hogy szavaztál, kösz, hogy részt vettél. Bon voyage! Én nem bánjátok, azt talláson átugrottam. Then I stepped out of the AB room. Alright, let's go have a look at the results.
Okay.
Nézzük.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed.
Nézzük, melyik elkerre dobtál minket, he?
Please stop.
Jól van. Mínusz 1. Ez hogy?
Points, please.
Mínusz 1. Úristen. What? It wasn't possible. I blinked, grabbed my eyes and looked again. Mínusz 1. That's not possible. How can I use photo betray? It was a question I would never know the answer to. Oh well. We fucking died choosing a lie. Da, 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 da. I think that my vision started to blur.
Sigma! Sigma!
Oh no! Sid, get up!
Sigma!
Sigma!
No. Why?
Hogy a faszba haltam meg? Everything was growing blurry, but I noticed that the door of the second AB room was open. No one had gone into that room. I'd watched them all. And yet there she stood, an apparition that couldn't possibly be real. Was that Alice? Alice? The world was gradually going black and my mouth refused to form words, but my head echoed with questions. How? Why? What she's doing there? Had she run in at the last moment after Luna and I entered our room? But even if she had, why choose betray? The darkness closed over my mind as well, as my questions were gone forever. Bad ending. Lol, hát beprankelt minket a játék. Jó, akkor eláruljuk, akkor baszódjon meg. Visszatérek a halálból. Álláson át fogjuk ugorni ezeket a dolgokat. A salangokat a kis csajjal remélhetőleg. Elkezdjük a szavazást, visszaszámol. Magyaráz, hogy ne áruljuk el. Na jó van, többet nem versz át.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Átlippellek akkor is.
1.
Akkor azt mondom, hogy betray és baszódjon meg. Fruska.
Round
meg.
2. Thank you.
Na, menjünk ki. Nézzük meg, hogy kelt fel Alice. Luna and I stepped out of the AB room.
Why?
Azért, mert elárul minket, te idióta.
What happened to... It's not fair to betray someone who isn't voting. I thought...
There was nothing I could think of to say. Even I didn't really understand why I picked betray instead. It hadn't almost felt unconscious, like some other part of my mind was making the decision. Perhaps I've been possessed by some sort of evil spirit that had moved my finger to the betray button against my will. Right, well, we should go see the results.
Really? We already know what they are.
Hazudsz.
It's just simple math.
Haha, ez nem így megy. Again, their eyes were more painful than any punch I'd ever taken. I turned away and almost ran to the project or anything to get away from those eyes. Na nézzük.
Result, please.
Nézzük meg ezt a csodálatos Excel táblát. Most így fogom hívni. Összesítjük mindjárt, hogy mi van. Ez szép. Oh, betray. Mindenki betrayelta a másikat. Ilyen se volt még a játék történelemben. Mindenki elárult mindenkit, és mindenki 0 pontra jött ki. Tehát egyikünk se halt meg, egyikünk se kapott plusz pontot, minden tökéletes 0. Ezt is mentem, mert azért mentek ennyit, mert ebbe a játékban muszáj, hogyha egy adott idővonalra vissza szeretnék menni, akkor muszáj egy adott pillanatba mentenem. Ez persze intuitívan választhatom ki, tehát nincs megkötésem. De most ugye gyakorlatilag visszahoztunk a fertőzésből, az történt. 2 embert. Mert megcsináltuk a laborban a puzzle-t, és varázslatos módon emlékeztünk rá, hogy mi már egyszer jártunk a laborban egy másik idővonalon, hogy ott találtunk egy gépet, amiben lehet ezeket az antitesteket másolni. Megcsináltuk az Axelavírt, visszahoztuk a kölyköt, meg az lufnyát. És egyébként a lufnyá miatt elárult minket. Valahogy ő visszajött. Besétált az AB roomba. És megnyomta azt a betray button-t. Más nem tudta hozni az ő segélyt, tehát ő már 2 lábon jár. Ő nem tudom, hogy 2 lábon jár már, felkelte, de valószínű.
Points, please.
Ez kemény meccs volt akkor. Néhezzük fiadala, csak másként. What? It wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes and looked again. No, Afghan... Alice is what be betray. Olyan, hogy... That's not possible. What? Apika. Amúgy ugyanolyan arcot vág, tehát ez így mi? Alice? She was standing inside the second room from the left. The room that should have been empty. Nem tetszik a póza, amiben áll, tudod? Why? My mind was still reeling. Where had she come from? Zombie? Egyébként tényleg olyan, mint egy zombi. Kicsit olyan mereven tartja a karjait maga mellett, meg kicsit, mint a tátva lenne a szája a pixelekből, de nem tudom biztosan megmondani. As I was trying to form a sentence, she began to move toward us. From around me, I heard a chorus muted of gasps. It seemed we were united in our surprise and confusion. I drew to a stop in front of me and glanced up at the display.
Thought you'd get an easy couple points, huh?
Ah, visszatértél, jó. Azt hittem már elnyelt a vírus, ne ijeszges.
Not so easy when you have to look your victim in the eye, is it, coward?
Me a coward? You got some balls saying that to me after you picked betray. Why are you even here?
You gave me the antivirus, didn't you? Tenmyoji told me. Thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, honestly.
But you should still be under the effects of the anesthetic.
Yes, well, I still am. A bit. I have a throbbing headache, and I can barely stand. It's horrible. I'm more resistant to anesthetics than most people, a result of my training.
Lol, training, jó van, kormány. A japán kormánynak dolgozik a csaj, ezért mondja azt, hogy training. Szóval valószínűleg még be is drogozták, de legalább rezisztens lesz, vagy beoltották vele, szóval ezt a
I have a feeling Zero Senior knew that. They gave me way more than the standard dose of that gas when they kidnapped me. In any event, a few minutes ago I woke up in the infirmary. Tenmyoji explained what was going on, and I got here as fast as I could.
Nagyon helyes. Nem hittem volna, hogy ezen az idővonalon te élni fogsz, de congratulations, you're still alive. So, you showed that right after we got into the AB room?
Yes, right in the nick of time, too. About 10 seconds before the deadline, as I recall.
You did that just so you could betray us?
Right. What? Don't I get to do that? I mean, it turned out to be the right thing to do, didn't it? You two chose betray. If I'd stayed back there, I'd have lost 2 points.
So you're saying it was self-defense?
Yes.
You're full of shit. Self-defense, my ass. Choose betray because you wanted out. You were at 6 BP. If I'd picked a lie, you would have had 9. That's what you were trying to do. right?
So what if I was?
Are you serious? You would have killed me. Alice X Luna. Jó, hogy nem már Luna és Clover. Ilyen Mother Fate-issel, vagy én nem tudom. Sőt, egyébként sztori szerint az Alice meg a Clover, a kis rózsaszínhajú barátnők. Bármint, hogy nem úgy, de ennyi erővel akkor Alice és Clovert is sippelhetnéd, öregem. Look, I only have 1 BP. You were this close to murdering me. Just admit it. You were planning to kill me so you could escape.
Don't be stupid.
Hát azért megtölt ez a betű itt.
I knew you'd choose betray. There was...
Tell me the truth.
That is the truth. Why am I the only one getting the 3rd degree here? Look at those results. 2 other people just tried to kill someone.
Fájjen, jó.
Yes, if Dia had chosen ally, Fi would have killed Tenmyoji.
Akkor vágjuk egyszerre milyen.
And if she'd chosen ally, Dia would have killed her.
Érdekes.
I don't want to be rude, but it looks like Clover and Kay tried to trick one another. Not that it seems to have worked. If either one had chosen ally, the other one would have 9 BP right now.
Ez pont a mondod, aki arra ment, hogy jaj, menjek az ellájra. Szerintem te próbálsz minket összeugrasztani részbe. De egyébként itt mindenki egy kígyó, mert mindenki simán elárulja a másikat, ha arról van szó. Oh well. I turned to look at the results again. Before I only been looking at my own. I hadn't realized that there was only one bird all across the roster. Betray. The real trust we'd managed to build had fallen apart. Everyone was suspicious of everyone else. Had it been the bones? Or had it been something else? Whatever the reason it kept up, we never managed to escape. We'd be trapped in a cycle of 0-point runs for the rest of our lives. Something had to be done. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. Azt mondta, hogy megint időtúlunk, mert akkor kiugrott az ablakon. Volt már tancsanának jobb sípja valaha? I mean... Talán a Clover and Kay. Az jó tipp volt. A robot cosplayes meg a barista girl. Alright guys, pay attention. You probably already all figured this out, but we can't keep going like this. If we don't start being a little more trusting, we're never gonna get out of here. We need to work together. I might as well have been talking to a wall.
My apologies, Sigma, but I need to think on something for a bit. I would appreciate being left alone.
Hey.
I'll be leaving too. Things are getting a little too intense here for my delicate constitution. Sorry.
De jó.
Well, in that case,
Ehető pie.
yeah, sorry.
Ez a etú, ez nem... olasz? I don't know. Nem akarok nyelvészkedni. Without student the words, she turned and left the warehouse. Most mindenkit hagy engem, azért már döntöttem el, hogy mi. Then Kay quickly followed suit.
See? There's your answer. In the end, everyone's just thinking about themselves. So I would appreciate it if you could not treat me like I'm the only villain here. Come on, Clover. Let's go.
Hold on! I'm coming! Are you feeling okay? I was really worried, you know?
I just watched them walk away, Clover practically jumping with glad to have Alice back. Before long they reached the yellow door and disappeared beyond it. Azt mondta, hogy ez megint egy ilyen kérdőjeles round lesz.
Everyone's gone.
You aren't going to leave too?
No,
Are you sure? I chose betray.
I know, but I still believe in you, Sigma. I think your hand must have just slipped or something, right?
My chest hurt and when I blinked I felt something hot and wet prick the corners of my eyes. Miért voltak jó sipek? Phi, X, Sigma, Dio, X, Liz. Egyébként igen, azok tényleg jó sippek még, kösz, hogy eszembe jutottad őket. A Phi azért, mert ő gondolkodik. Akkor Sigma egy idióta, hozzá kell az okosnő. Dio az egy narcisztikus idióta, pöcsök is csak magára gondol, és Alice meg egy beképzelt lútja, de ő legalább Dioval kiegészíti egymást, és tudja a Diót vezetni. Szóval amúgy ők tényleg jó dinamika. Luna, I bit my lip. Before I could think of anything to say, the metallic rumble of the doors closing echoed through the warehouse.
The round 3 of the Ambidex
Jó,
game
az a Star Round,
the
ezt tudjuk, hogy működik. A Star Round a harmadik kör ennek az AB game-nek. Úgy néz ki, hogy csillaggal megjelölt kulcskártyákat kell keresni. Hogyha ezek a kártyák megvannak harmadik körtől kezdve, úgy néz ki ez az AB game, hogy 45 percenként nyílnak ki ezek a vasajtók Luna mögött. 45 percenként pontosabban hazudok, 2 óránként nyílnak ki ezek az ajtók 45 percre. És abban a 45 percre lehet szavazni, hogy te betrayeld a másikat, vagy önlájolsz vele. És innentől kezdve igazából nincs limit abban, hogy ezt hányszor tetted meg, tehát minden 2 órában ugyanezzel a csillagkártyával te vissza tudsz jönni. Ez annyira nem rossz. Csak veszélyes. As many times as you want.
Yes, as long as we have the star keys. That means we can keep playing the AB game over and over too. Sigma? Could you show me your bracelet? Do you remember what Zero Jr. said?
As soon as the gates close, you're held a pair and solo assignments hopper.
Yeah, I remember. Let's see. One pair. I'm a same pair. What about you?
I'm a magenta pair.
Akkor nem velem vagy. I wonder what the others are.
They could be anything, I suppose. We won't know until we have a look.
We got about másfél óra. 80 minutes until the next set of chromatic doors open. So what should we do?
Everyone else has gone off on their own.
Yeah, physically and emotionally. I don't like how this is going. It won't matter how many times we repeat the AB game if nobody trusts anybody else. We'll never be able to get out of here.
Maybe it would help if we all had a common goal, something to unite our hearts and minds.
Yeah, but we already got something like that. We all want to get out of here. That seems like a pretty clear goal to me, but everybody chose betray. Including me.
Well, what if we have an enemy?
Azt akarod, hogy én legyek az enemy? An enemy?
Yes, a common foe.
Hát ez egyébként is van. Azért kezdtük el messziről. Szenyort meg akartuk állítani.
Like the person who set the bombs, for instance.
After coming back from the lab, I told her about the bomb while she gave Edison Kwang the Axelavir. Yeah, that might work. If we can figure out which one of us planted those bombs, then everyone else would work together against them.
Right.
But how do we figure out who it is?
Well, do you have any clues?
Clues. That's right. The memory card. I pulled it out of my pocket and held it out toward her.
What's this?
I told you, a memory card. It was under the bomb we found in the lab. I think whoever set the bomb dropped it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what's on it though. We couldn't find any kind of memory card reader.
Oh, I guess we can't really use it then. Oh, wait a second. You know what? I think I might have seen something. Yes, I remember. The infirmary. I saw it when I was searching the infirmary with Theo and Quark. There was a memory card just like that one. Yes, I think we can see what's on it. The computer there should be able to read it.
Hát akkor menjünk. Luna and I exploded into the infirmary, nearly running into Alice, Clover and Tan. Quark was there as well, of course, but he was just as we'd left him asleep on the bed.
What are you doing here?
I opened my mouth to retort and thought better of it. If I really wanted people to start trusting each other, well, real change starts at home. As quickly as I could explain the second bomb and the memory card and how we came to the infirmary in hopes that we could discover the contents of the letter.
Okay.
Then stick it in already!
Go ahead.
Right. Na nézzük, mi van rajta. Just as Luna had said, there was a small slot under the screen exactly the right size to fit a memory card. Within moments, the screen was filled with what appeared to be random letters. What is this?
6 rows, 22 letters each.
It looks like the odd rows use one set of letters, and the even rows use another set. In other words, the first 2 rows just repeat. Yeah.
Is this some kind of code?
It doesn't look random to me. I think there might be a pattern. I just don't know what it is.
Was there anything else on there? No, it doesn't look like it.
So all we got is gibberish. Hey Elise, you haven't said anything for a while. What's up?
Does any of this look familiar to you, Clover?
What do you mean?
Have you seen something like this before? Maybe during your training?
Oh, training.
This is...
So you do recognize it.
All right, knock it off, you two. How about you share it with the rest of the class?
Elise sighed and stretched her neck from side to side.
I believe this is an encoded message from a terrorist organization.
Oh.
What?
They call themselves the Myrmidons.
Myrmidons. For some reason I felt like I heard that name before.
What are the Myrmidons?
Put simply, they're a bunch of thugs who are trying to destroy or dismantle most of human civilization.
So this thing we're looking at, you think it's theirs?
Well, they have a number of different codes, but I do think this is one of them.
Then the bomb? It was set by one of the Myrmidons, wasn't it?
Oh.
Yes. Well, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems likely.
Then I got a ton of questions for you, but let me start with this one. What the heck does that thing say?
I don't know. How am I supposed to decode it? I don't have the key. Without a key, it would take literally hundreds of years to decode.
What about you, Clover?
Well, if Alice doesn't know how, I sure don't.
See,
Not much we can do then. We can come back to that code stuff later. I got another question. Alice, Clover, who the hell are you? What do you know about this code?
That's...
You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of the state or something like that. Just what the hell kind of a job is that? I think it's time he told us what you do.
Sorry, but I can't.
Why not?
Because you might be one of them. You might be the person who set the bomb.
That's idiotic. Of course I'm not.
Really? And where's your proof? For all I know, you're my enemy. I can't tell you anything.
I'm not your enemy. I'm your ally. I'm your friend. I just want all of us to get out of here. Mindjárt jövök egy fél pillanat. Na, itt is vagyok. Just please tell us. Istenem, Sigma soha nem tanul abból, hogy nem kéne könyörögnie, mi? We need to find out who did this so we can all escape. But we have too little information. We need your help. Fine, if you won't tell us about yourself, then just tell us about the Myrmidons. What else do you know about them?
I'm sorry.
Before I could blink, she leaped up and ran out of the room. Azt meg Alice, az nem segít. Hey, wait Alice. I took off after her.
How long are you going to keep following me?
Why do you tell me what you
Then
know?
why don't you just ask Clover?
Flower?
You already know she works with me.
Mentem már még azt hiszem kimegyek golfozni, szóval jó játékot és streamet, arrivederci. Köszönöm, hogy eddig maradtál, és jó golfozást, jó pihit. Köszönöm szépen is, hellóka. Well, yeah.
Then why don't you...
I wanted to hear it from you.
Why?
That's a good question. Remember the true portals or this garden? We got paired up for 2 separate rounds. That means I spend more time with you than anybody else here. Maybe that's it. I guess I'm just curious about you.
What are you talking about?
She spun around to hide it, but I caught a lash of red on her cheeks. We walked down the path to where it ended next to the pond. Ez egy új szituáció, hogy úgy találjuk meg Alice-szel a hátsó kertet, hogy ő nem szúrta le magát semmivel, nem ájult el, hanem végre mozog, él és együtt sétálunk, de ez egy nagyon szép fordulat. I stayed silent. Alice sat down on a bench. We gazed at the smooth surface of the pond for several long minutes before she began to speak.
You don't hate me?
Aztán mentem most. Ez egy elég érdekes szituáció, hogy Alice az így ül. You don't hate me, love. What? Why?
I tried to kill you.
You mean in the beginning?
Yes. I was so scared. Who wouldn't be? Kidnapped and locked up, forced to play some sort of bizarre game. And then we found that bomb. I know I probably sounded calm, but as soon as we found that thing, all I wanted to do was run away from it as fast as I could. Things just went downhill from there.
What do you mean?
I remember hearing that Quark had collapsed and running to the infirmary with everyone else. When I got there, I realized I couldn't understand what anyone was saying, and everything looked... I don't know how to describe it. It was like watching a video on fast forward, only it was real.
Ott mert emlékszel a vírusnak a lefolyására. A szemszögetből.
Then I started to feel like... It's hard to explain. I guess you could say I didn't feel like I was myself, and it only got worse.
That was probably the Radical Six.
Yes, I think so. I don't remember much after that, but when I woke up in the infirmary, suddenly all that fear was back. So all I could think about was getting out of this place as fast as I could.
Ó, sír az Alice. Nem látszik az arcán, inkább így tényleg lekönnyedett, szóval...
It never even crossed my mind that it could kill you. God help me, even if it had, I don't think I would have cared. See? I'm horrible. You hate me, don't you? Just do it!
What? Do what?
Kill me! Get it over with!
What the hell, Alice? I'm not going to kill. Mi ez? Átmegyünk szappanoperába? Maricsújba? I don't even hate you.
You're lying! I could have killed you! I would have killed you!
Come on, calm down. No one is killing anyone. A single tear rolled down Alice's cheeks. Then another and another, leaving shining lines across her face. When I reached out, I saw her hands just slightly. Slowly I brushed my thumb across her cheek and off, taking her tears with it.
Why are you doing this? You know, you kind of remind me of my father.
That's who you were after, right? The people who killed your dad?
Yes.
Did they have anything to do with the Myrmidons?
Will you promise not to tell Clover that I cried?
Aw. Come on.
If you keep your mouth shut, I'll tell you what you want to know.
Oh, nagyon jó voice acting.
About myself. And about the Myrmidons. Deal?
Sure, my lips are sealed.
Really?
What's crying? I don't remember I'm crying.
Good. All right then.
Please took a deep breath and began. Ugye kemények vagyunk nagyon, mert kijutottunk a laborból. Ugrottunk ki egy idővonalat, ahol szükség volt 2 axelavírre. Duplikáltuk őket, megmentettük Alice-t és Quarkot, Quark még alszik. Eddig lekopogom, nincs egy halott se, és Alice végre mesél nekünk arról, hogy mi van. Na mesélj! Erre szerintem várunk egy ideje, hogy ez a Alice vagy Olice, akiről szó volt ideig, ez honnan származik, meg mi van vele. Ahogy emlékeztek, akkor ez a csaj gyanúsan hasonlít arra a lányra, aki az Olice nevű legendából származik, aki egy fából készült koporsóban úszott a vizen, és míg a többi ember teste elrohadt, addig az övé nem. Egyébként gyanítom, hogy neki van ilyen antibody a vagy nem is a Radical 6 ellen, de a legtöbb vírus ellen van neki természetes antibody-ja. Na de kíváncsiak, hogy a sztori szempontból ő mit mond, illetve mi derül ki. My father is Egyptian, but my mother is French. They met while my mother was in Egypt on vacation and married shortly thereafter. When I was 3, we all moved to the US. My father was a scientist and his field was cloning. He was recruited by an American lab, which was why we moved. Both of my parents had used English around me from the time I was born, so I didn't have any problems adapting to life in the United States. By my 9th birthday, we'd been there for 6 years. That was when it happened. Tehát, hogy akkor 15 éves volt. In the middle of the day, my mother showed up at school. Her eyes were red and puffy, but she didn't say anything to me on the drive home. When we arrived, there were several policemen there to meet us. My father had always been a very punctual man, and when dinner time came and went with no sign of him, even I began to realize that something terrible had happened. It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. My father's lab had been attacked by terrorists and he had been kidnapped. Oh. For the rest of my childhood, my mother raised me by herself. I didn't realize it then, but it must have been incredibly difficult for her as a single mother along in a country where any relatives were a transatlantic flight away. She did her best not to let me see it, but every so often when she thought she was alone, the mask would fall away and in every line of her face I could see exhaustion and loneliness. As much as I miss my father, it was those moments that made me wish more than anything that he'd never been taken. Ó, ez Alice-nak az anyukája. Vagy nem, ez Alice. Az Alice fiatal korában. Fortunately, I was an excellent student and did especially well in maths. I earned a full-ride scholarship straight out of high school and spent the next several years studying. After graduation, I took a job with the Department of Defense, hoping that they might have the resources to help me look for my father. I was immediately assigned to the Special Office of Internal Security. The purpose is to investigate and sometimes deal with terrorist organizations and other serious threats to the state. I could tell my mother wasn't happy about my decision, but she chose to remain silent about it. Eventually, I learned that the terrorist organization had taken my father was none other than the Myrmidons, although at the time that name didn't mean anything to me. They were suspected of human cloning. Specifically, it was thought that they had been using cloning techniques to copy their most useful members and expand their ranks. Ebből a Myrmidonsból származik egyébként a Dio, tehát ő egy kopi a Myrmidons vezetőjének, ami egy ilyen eléggé szektaszerű kultista szervezet. The Myrmidons apparently believed that they could use cloning to create a new race of humans. Now at last we knew the reason for my father's abduction. Tehát a Myrmidons akarta Alice apukáját felhasználni arra, hogy gyártsa klónokat. Ezekről a klónokra azt kell tudni, hogy mondjuk, ha Diót nézzük, akkor ugye pasinak néz ki, de valójában nincs meg neki a magyarője. Tehát, hogy tökéletesen nemtelen, és maga Dio mesélte azt, hogy ez azért jó, mert akkor nincs nemek közötti vita, hanem technikailag egyenlőség van, és mivel a Dio és a Diónak a kopjai ugyanúgy néznek ki, ezért a külsőben sincs eltérés, és technikailag tökéletes a faj, hiszen nincs abból összeveszés, hogy az én hajam rövidebb, a tiéd hosszabb, az én hajam kék, a tiéd lila. Ez így érdekes. Nem először vezetnek vissza minket a Myrmidonsra. The commander of the Myrmidons is a man named Left. We know his name and his gender, but not his appearance or his age. The Myrmidons are closely associated with a cult known as Free the Soul. Szerintem ők szabadították fel amúgy, vagy ki a Radical Six-et is. We believe that Free the Soul provides their founding. But trying to spin any kind of misdeeds on the cult's leader, a man named Brother, is like trying to nail Jello to a wall. Na várjál. Szóval a Myrmidonsnak a parancsnoka Left, és a Free the Soulnak a vezetője Brother. Jelenleg Brothernek a klónjai azok az emberek, aki többek közt Dio is például. Tehát hosszú szőkehajú, magas, izmos, elég érdekes felépítés. Brother is supposed to be fairly advanced in years, and rumors say he's all sold. He can't even get out of bed. Unfortunately, his mind seems to be as sharp as ever. At that point, I hit a wall. I knew the Myrmidons had been behind my father's kidnapping, but that was all I could learn about them. Then one day I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. I headed out immediately. On the way there, my car had some engine trouble and stalled out. I was trying to decide what to do when an SUV appeared out of nowhere. I'll give you one guess who was behind the steering wheel. Power. That was the first time we met. There were 4 other people in the car with her, and when I asked them what they were doing, I got was just about the last answer I'd expected. They told me they'd been locked up inside of the very building I'd been on my way to investigate, and that they were currently in pursuit of the people who had kidnapped them in the first place. My priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. My hope was to find the people they were chasing, who I was certain were Myrmidons. In the end, however, we were unable to track them down. In fact, I still don't know where they might have gone. Eventually, I took Clover and her companions to SOIS headquarters. We decided that involving the police would only complicate things. After some questioning, it was determined that the people who had instigated this particular event were not connected to the Myrmidons. With it, however, discovered that the mysterious disappearance and subsequent reappearance of several children 9 years prior was connected to freed soul. There was also a 6th person in the SUV, although they weren't riding in it per se. A middle-aged man who we'll just call H for now had been bound and placed in the trunk. Ez egyébként Ace. According to the other 4, he had been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. We also learned that this pharmaceutical company, a major player on the world stage, was effectively controlled by Frida Soul. Egy kultista szervezet, ami egy gyógyszergyárat üzemeltet, okay. I suppose Age was a member of Frida Soul and very committed to their cause. Ismerős a csávó? Emlékeztek rá? So, why had he kidnapped all those children? Missing, we have these 60 boys and girls disappeared too. Hát nem tudjuk hova tűntek. Apparently it had been part of an experiment designed to test the ability of certain people who assess that's called the morphogenetic field. I don't imagine you ever heard of it before, but I'll try and give you a quick rundown. Simply put, these people can assess a sort of field that allows their consciousness to resonate with the consciousnesses of certain other people. To be honest, it might be simpler to just call it telepathy. That's why I had heard of this particular ability before and had actually used it in a number of investigations, so I wasn't surprised to learn of its existence. I was shocked, however, to learn that these experiments had been carried out by a member of Free the Soul. If that was the case, then brother must have known about it. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness that power was terrifying. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tape about the Myrmidons crossed my desk. This time it claimed that the Myrmidons intended to launch a large-scale biological terrorist attack. My bosses decided that we needed more agents to deal with the threat, so that Magnitude and Clover was recruited. Because she'd been a test subject in Age's experiment, we knew she had the ability to access the morphogenetic field, and we wanted to put that ability to use. After several months of training, she was sent on her first mission. She would be tasked with the infiltration and investigation of a Myrmidon cloning lab. I was assigned to be her commanding officer. I hope that our investigation might also give me a lead on my father's whereabouts. At last, I had a chance to find out what had happened to him. I wouldn't let that chance pass me by. Perhaps that was what kept me from noticing the truth. The whole operation was a trap. The lab was fake and Clover was captured almost immediately. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived, the building was only an empty shell. All of the conspirators who had pretended to be researchers and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover until at last, in a basement room, I found her. She had been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body. It was my father. He looked as if he'd just been down there, and when I got to him, his body was already cold. He was covered in dark, ugly bruises. It wasn't until later that I learned he had died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding. Ez azért kemény, baszki, tehát, hogy nem elég, hogy te örülsz annak, hogy az anyád összejön egy csávóval, miközben vakációzik Egyiptomba. Aztán élsz egy életet, tínédzser leszel, jó leszel matekból, és akkor egy ilyesmi történik egyik nap. Így, ahogy mennél a napoddal, a suliba felbukkan az anyád, és hazavezet téged kocsival. És talán észre, hogy az apádat elrabolták, majd megtudod, hogy valami terrorista szervezetre voltál. A tudásod miatt konkrétan alkalmaz téged a japán kormány, egy katona vagy, aki elrejti mindenki elő, hogy igazából az apját keresi, aztán kapsz innen információkat, kutatsz az apád után, lesz egy alkalmazottad, akit ki kell aztán szabadítanod, ráadásul megtalálod apádat holtan, aki mindenféle belső vérzéstől, meg szétszakadt belső szervekkel hever ott a földön, szóval ez így egyszerű. They had beaten him to death. Hát igen, az így szar. As soon as Flower had been captured, a Myrmidon in a mask had come to visit her. He'd said that unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone and tell her masters at the SOIS to do likewise. In retrospect, we must have known who I was and who my father was. That was why they would kill him. Perhaps they thought they were sending a message to me. Aha. Tehát ez egy ilyen hadüzenet? Hogy ne kutakodj utánunk, mi? But at once he was gone, I'd lose my reason for chasing them. They were very, very wrong. I took Clover with me and left. I tried to console myself with the fact that I had, at least, been able to save her. Sometime later I received a call from the coroner. He told me there was something I needed to see. There, in the morgue, was my father, cold and pale on a steel table. I could barely stand to look at him, but the coroner insisted. On his arm were 2 rows of numbers, comprised of 8s and 9s. It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. He had carved them into his skin. On his chest was another message, but they were letters this time, not numbers. That many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice. I broke down, crying right in the morgue. They were the first tears I shed since the operation had started, and there was no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness. Not for the monsters who put my father through this. They destroyed my family. I would make them pay even if I had to die to do it. That night, I made a promise to myself. I would avenge my father. It didn't take long to figure out that the numbers he'd written were latitude and longitude. They pointed to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was the mother lode we'd been looking for, the headquarters of the Myrmidons. I think my father must have known how things would turn out. Knowing he was going to die, he'd written the directions to our enemy, his fortress on his own body. He'd sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time our operation would succeed. This time I wouldn't let my excitement put Clover or any of my other agents in danger. So we took our time, we gathered information, we did our research, and we planned. Finally, we were ready. December 26, 2028 was going to be the day we finally set foot inside the Myrmidon stronghold. But then, on the 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared. So you inhaled gas, passed out, and woke up here in the AB room. Oh, hogy még van? Van az elárulta, jó, oké.
Yes.
Érdekes. Fasza.
Well, there it is. Everything that's happened with the Myrmidons and me. I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks. Fasza. Elképesztő sztori. She gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up.
We should go back.
Not yet. Your story explained a lot, but there's still one big question.
Which is?
Oh, here is a Myrmidon. One of us planted the bombs. Based off the code we found, it's pretty clear that person is a Myrmidon. Right?
Yes.
I agree that we need to figure out who they are.
What do you propose we do?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Do you have any clues?
Clues? Well, if I could decrypt that code, it might tell us something, but...
How can we do
I
that?
told you. We need a key. Without that, it's pointless.
What key?
A key is a key. It allows you to sort of unlock a code. Myrmidons usually use this huge string of numbers as a key.
Wait. A long string of numbers? Could it be... Ezt kifotózom.
What the hell?
He was convinced of a string of numbers. Achievement unlocked. I was almost as surprised as she was. Numbers had just kind of appeared in my mind and I was saying them before I knew what I was doing. Alice looked at me incredulously and I stared back.
Where did... Wait. Can you say that again?
Uh-huh.
That's 198,449,351 to the third power.
What?
That number you just told me. Prime factor decomposition on that number gets you 198,449,300...
To the third power. Jó, akkor ezt is kifotózom.
300...
You're talking about with that? Reducing an integer to a series of prime numbers that you multiply together to get it. Right? Like if you have 30, then you get 2 times 3 times 5, right?
Exactly. You probably learned that in junior high, right?
So you're saying that this number is a prime. And if you multiply it by itself 3 times, you'll get this. Jézusom, de gyorsan beszélt az előbb, ugye? Szerintem is. Szadar.
Yes.
Don't tell me you just did all of that in your head.
I did do all of that in my head.
Basz meg, te tényleg top matekos vagy.
Simple mental arithmetic.
Jézus jó Istenem. What the heck? Na jó, hát csodálatos, Alice, nagyon jó matekos. But no way. That's impossible.
I told you, I'm better at math than most people.
Hát az biztos. I'm better at
Look
math.
at you. You just recited a huge string of numbers. That seems pretty astounding, too. Where did you find that number anyway?
I didn't know what to say. What would I tell her that it just came to me?
Can't tell me, huh? Fine. I'm pretty sure that's the key to the code, though.
Gazó lányvázata, hát kb.
I know the Myrmidons use prime factors for their keys. And there aren't a lot of 25-digit numbers that turn out to be the third power of a prime number. I think there's a very good chance that number you memorized was specifically created by someone.
Could you explain what's that with more?
Well, look at the prime factors of your number. 198,449,351 to the third power. I think that's our hint for cracking the code. You still don't get it? Try to remember the code we saw in the infirmary. What did it say on the monitor?
I think the first one was...
And the second row? Wow, you've got a pretty impressive memory. We could really use someone like you back at the...
Well, keep going. Helicopter.
You use 198,449,351 to point you to the right letters.
How do we do that?
Well, the first number is 1, so take the first letter. The next number is 9, so go 9 letters over from the first one. Then 8 from that one. Just keep going until you get something. Make sense?
I don't know what she said in my head. 5 number size I giving me was this. What would we get if she picked our letters like she'd explained? The first letter would be C from the top left. Then you would count 9, 3, O. And she would get a word. And the third was... Várjatok. Én nem voltam felkészülve. Nekem kell ezt megfejteni. My first number is 1, so take the first letter. Then the next number is 9, so go 9 letters over. From the first one, then 8 from that one. Just keep going until you get something. What would we get if we picked out letters like she'd explained? The first letter would be C from the top left. Now you'd count to move 9 the right, which would give you 8. Hát próbálkozásom van. Me. Oh, fuck you. Oh, fuck you. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, fuck. Nem community. Oh, God. És nem tudok visszalódolni se, érted? Vége lesz a játéknak. Nézem, hogy felírtam-e. Megnézem a másik cetliémet, jó? Az itt van mellettem, egy másik asztalon, egy fél pill. Nem szárom be a játékot, meg nem rakom magam, várok az úrosra. Van még kód, de szerintem az lesz, mert itt van egy... Lenne egy olyan kódom, ami L-lel kezdődik, de itt azt mondta, hogy C és O-val kezdődik elvileg. Na most én ezt a táblát hiába mutatta, többször nem fotóztam le. Ezt visszanézem. Aha, nem fotóztam le. Akkor rákeresek a táblára neten. Ugyanis más kódom ez a feladványhoz nincs leírva, 2 van, és az is máshoz. Én szerintem. Egy próbálkozás ugye már elhasználtunk. Nézzük csak. Oké, látom a táblát. Nem fogjátok hallani mindig a játékot, mert most a böngészőm a játék közt váltok. Mert azt mondja, hogy menjek 2 betű közt. Az első, és felírom egy tollal és a tollal a papírra. Meg közben lehúzom a bocsika, a laptopot a töltőjéről. Szóval ugye azt mondja, hogy megvan a másik, jó, megvan a számsorozat is, tehát hogy C az első. Az meg erre leesnek a papírjaim. Így, hogy elkaptam őket. Innen a 9. aztán. Ugye le van a sorban 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 az O. Aztán ettől számít a 8. betű. Az megtalálom. Mondjuk ezt legalább csak számlós. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. M. Utána a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, P. P-től is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. L. Utána 9-et kell menni. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. E. Azt mondod, hogy completed, lol. Nem, már várjál. Már csak 3-at kell menni. 3 számunk van ott. 1, 2, 3. Complete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Completed. Elő jelszó az, hogy completed. Ment, hogy quite literally. Ezt kipróbáljuk, jó? Ha! Lol, sírok. I did it. Completed, that's it. That's the answer.
Completed? Are you sure?
Yeah. I did exactly what you told me to do, and the word I got is completed. But actually, it's completed. The code and the letters repeat every 2 lines. It just repeats.
Well, I can't remember the code like you can, but if you're certain, I believe you.
I'm definitely certain.
All right then. I wonder what completed is supposed to mean, though.
What? Aside from the obvious, I'm guessing it means mission complete. So that's what the transmitter was for.
Huh? What are you talking about? What transmitter?
I barely even heard her. My mind was full of memories that hadn't been there a moment before. It was like a wave had washed away the sand, revealing a bed of precious gems underneath. Damn, why I hadn't realized it before. I could remember a series of numbers, but not this. At least I remembered it now. Dio was a member of the Myrmidons. And not just any member, he was their leader. That meant he had to be the one who planted bombs.
Hey, are you listening to me? Then answer my question. What the hell was that? What's this about a transmitter?
I didn't trust myself to try and explain it to her. More that like if she just think I was insane. Én nem hiszem egyébként, Sigma, szerintem kurva szar döntést hoz, hogyha ezt nem mondja el most Alice-nek tekint, vagy Alice az előbb beszélt telepátiáról, ő a japán kormánnyal van. Ez meg idióta. Even how I could barely make sense of the sudden influx of new information.
Wait. Don't tell me you're one of the Myrmidons.
If I was, do you think I'd hear myself like this?
Point.
Out of nowhere, Clover appeared. Na mi történt megint?
Oh, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Really?
We're all down in the floor B warehouse. Well, all of us but Luna and Quark.
Why?
You still got minutes. 45 minutes until the wide door open.
I know that.
Oh, okay. Hey, wait a minute. I thought you and Quark didn't know about the wide doors.
Tenmyoji told us about them. He said he'd show us where they were. So we all followed him down to the floor B warehouse.
I'm assuming you left Quark with Luna?
Yeah. Anyway, when we showed up, Phi and Kay were already there. Well, all of a sudden, Phi, Tenmyoji, and Dio all started yelling at each other.
What?
Why? Did something happen?
According to Clover, the last AB game had been the cause of their fight. Even though Tan only had one BP, Phi had chosen Betray. He started to fight, and since Dio had pressed Betray on behalf of his team, eventually he got dragged into it too.
That seems odd.
Egyébként Dio tényleg Brad Pitt. Még az üve is volt pont úgy, mint az Út a Csillagok című filmben Brad Pitt.
Phi only had one BP too. Her choice seems like a perfectly valid defensive move.
Ugh! Just come with me. Kay's trying to calm them down, but there's only one of him.
Okay. Alice, let's go.
Coming!
Fasza. Hát, érdekes a játék, úgy látom. Azt hiszem jó kis yelling lesz itt. All four of them were still there when we arrived. They seemed to have calmed down a bit, but the tension in the air was almost visible. I felt like I stepped into a room full of flammable gas. Even the smallest spark would turn the whole place into a raging inferno. Even Kay, usually so calm and collected, was standing ramrod straight with his hand balled into a fist at his side. I looked at Alice, pursed my lips, and then headed over to the angry knot of people occupying most of the room. Howard told me what's going on. This whole thing is stupid. You need to knock it off.
Stupid? What about this is stupid? We're talking about my life, you self-righteous dick!
I know. But yelling at each other isn't going to solve your problem. The best thing for us to do right now is to trust each other and get through this. Wouldn't you agree?
Hard to trust someone who tried to kill me.
Same to you. I told you letting Dio vote was a stupid idea. What did you think he was gonna do? You might as well have pressed the button yourself.
I couldn't just leave Quark alone.
That's no excuse. And where do you get off telling me I shouldn't have picked Betray? Did you even think that through? What? I was supposed to pick Ally? If I'd done that, I'd be dead right now.
I could say the same thing to you. Damn good thing Dio didn't choose Ally.
Please, that's enough from both of you. Sigma's right. This isn't the time to be bickering with each other.
Oh, you don't get to talk. You tried to betray Clover and escape on your own.
Perhaps. But I think that's better than merely killing someone.
Well, I only did it so that she wouldn't kill Tenmyoji.
Oh, god damn it. Enough of Faraday. I roared with fury and my voice echoed and rebounded off the walls of the warehouse. Everyone fell silent. I didn't know how long that silence would last, so I decided to put it all on the table. There was only one way I was going to be able to take control of the situation. Guys, listen to me. Ó, ezt elmentem már. Szerintem valahogy meg fogunk halni megint. Mennyi van még ebből a sztoriból? Jó, van még néhány. We really don't have time for this. I was met with a number of glares, but I soldiered on. See, the thing is, I figured out who planted the bombs.
What? Is this what you were talking about earlier?
Sort of, yeah. I know which one of you it is.
Well, spit it out then.
Please, explain what's going on here.
I don't think I need to. They're going to admit their own guilt in just a few minutes.
What?
You are going to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Or I guess I should say Dio's mouth.
What are you on? You think I set those bombs?
Yes, I do.
Hey, if you're gonna accuse me, you better have some pretty damn good evidence, pal.
I'm not accusing you. I'm just stating a fact.
Oh yeah? Where the hell did you get that fact?
Fun as it was, I knew taunting alone wouldn't be enough to make Dio confess. He just played dumb, he was good at it, and I'd get nothing. That meant I was going to have to trick him. Well, you see, I'm actually from Free the Soul. Ó, eljátszuk azt, hogy abból a kultista szervezetből származunk, ami a Myrmidomszokat támogatja. Úristen! Well, you see, I'm actually from Free the Soul.
Free the Soul? What's that? Some kind of hippie shoe company?
Don't play dumb, Dio. Or should I call you... Left? Brother ordered me to come here. To keep an eye on you. It was quick, but for just a moment I saw his eyes twitch. I lived on that moment of weakness like a hungry dog on a steak. Akkor itt nem Dio lesz megverve, hanem Sigma. Az lehet. Tehát engem fognak megverni. skepticism is understandable, admirable even. But perhaps it will convince you. I pressed forward, pulling out every fact I could remember. I told you about brother's background and how his younger brother left had been murdered. I mentioned casually that the Myrmidons were all clones of a single person. So, still not convinced? How about this? Do a little prime factor decomposition on that and you will get this to the third power. If I'm not who I say I am, how on earth could I possibly know that?
What? No, that's not possible.
Finally. So, let's start over, shall we? I wasn't sent here to watch your every move. It seems our wise and noble brother doesn't trust you. He suspects betrayal.
No! You're lying!
I assure you, I'm not. But if you don't believe me, why don't you go outside and call him yourself with your transmitter?
No! No! You have to be lying! Brother trusts me! That's why he chose me for this mission! Why would he make me the leader of the Myrmidons if he...
Sorry, what was that?
Said! Why would he have made me the leader of the Myrmidons if...
I grinned.
Wait. What the hell? Are you fucking kidding me?
Sorry, Dio. I never even seen color.
What the hell was all that? How did you know all those things?
Oh no. Maybe I was divinely inspired.
Don't give me that shit!
What's going on?
What are these Myrmidons?
Dio and I stared at one another, White Clover, and then quickly explained to Fi and Kay about the memory card and the number 2 bomb. And about the code we found that was from a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons.
So you mean to say someone from the Myrmidons planted the bombs?
And Dio pretty much just admitted to doing it?
Nem a Dio, ami lehetetlen, az a Impossible. A P betűt nyitott szerke van, ez lehetetlen, de ez nem. Aha, jó van. Yeah.
Bastards. I'll never forgive you.
I heard a low, furious muttering behind me and turned to see Elise, her lips pulled back into a snarl.
I am going to kill you!
Ooh, azt hiszem mentek egyen. Her voice rose to a scream and she charged toward Dio. He ducked out of the way smoothly and pulled something from his pocket.
Whoa there. I like my women a little feisty. But you're taking it a little too far, sweetheart. Tone it down.
What?
You see this? You know what it is, don't you?
Oh my god. Is that the detonator?
Exactly. And I assume you know what happens if I press this button?
Yes. I think I do. I'm guessing it'll set off both of the bombs.
Well, I wouldn't say both.
You mean there's still a number 1 bomb we haven't found?
Correct. And there's one more, too.
No. There are 4 bombs?
Exactly. I planted 4 bombs. They're the ones numbered 1, 2, and 3. But there's also one more. Bomb number 0. Add all that up and you're looking at about 4 tons of explosive power. Those go off and it's all over.
Ó, bazd meg, mekkora egy mastermind vagy, te undorító féreg.
That's enough oomph to turn this whole place into a smoking crater.
Aren't you forgetting something?
That'd kill you too.
So, I'm ready for that. I've got spares.
Spares? Is that what Sigma was talking about?
Yeah, clones.
I heard Alice whisper something to Clover.
Let's go, Clover. Show him all that training wasn't for nothing.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Right.
Before I had a chance to ask them what was going on, they moved.
Die, you bastard! Yeah!
Oh, she roared and leaped toward Dio, Clover following just behind. Alice threw a punch at Dio's face, and as he dodged, Clover spun from behind her. Dio grunted and turned to focus on Alice, but Clover darted in and snatched the detonator from his hand.
Clover, get him!
Right! Sigma, catch!
Come on, before I could respond, Clover had thrown the detonator at me. I scrambled to grab it out of the air and held it to my chest. Okay, my bad.
Damn it! Stop! Let me go! Still let go of me, you asshole!
Ooh. Yeah, it didn't do him any good, and Dio found himself subdued by the skillful teamwork of Alice and Clover. Strangely though, once they had a hold of him, he stopped struggling. I was reminded of a gazelle with its neck in the mouth of a lion. Had he surrendered? Or did he have some trick up his sleeve? It didn't feel right, egyébként mosolyog, szóval ez nekem se tetszik. I didn't have to wait long for my misgivings to prove true. The detonator in my hand suddenly began to flash. What?
Ha! Serves you right!
Te megőrültél?
What are you laughing at?
You! Her! All of you! God, you're stupid!
What?
See that detonator you threw to Sigma? You activated it. If it gets more than a meter away from me, it sets itself off.
Benned van a nulladik bomba, vagy mi van? Nála van a detonator, és magát bekapcsol.
We figured someone might try to take it away, so we put in a little safeguard. Since you two were kind enough to take it away from me, the bombs have gone from remote control to countdown timer.
Mint hogy olvastunk volna egy ilyen detonátorról valahol, de nem tudom, hogy hol.
Go ahead and destroy the detonator if you want. Won't make any difference now. The bombs are gonna go off no matter what.
How long do we have?
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Oh no.
My condolences.
What can we do to stop them?
I told you that already. First, we need the device that allows us to input information. Then we plug it into each bomb and enter the codes.
Hey Alice, who the hell are you? How do you know all this?
None of your damn business. Just tell me where the input device is.
Well, that's none of your damn business. Fuck! Stop! You're gonna break it!
Azt hittem, hogy nem igazán számít neked már, hogy meghalsz-e vagy se. És egy kis kartörés a halálhoz képest.
Of course. That's the plan.
Please, stop!
Szánalmas.
Just tell me what I want to know.
Jézusom, hogy keveredtem ilyen birkózásba. Tényleg el fogja törni a karját, hogyha így folytatja, azt ugye tudja? Nem, szerintem nem.
Okay, I'll tell you!
Ez nekem fáj amúgy hallgatni.
It's in my coat! The right-hand pocket!
Clover, check it out.
Right.
She nodded and started digging through his pockets after a few minutes.
It's no use! There's nothing here!
Did you lie to me?
No! I swear, keep looking.
Oh, wait, there is something in here.
Clover pulled her hand from his pocket and held it out. Is that a pill, like for medicine?
Hey, what is this?
Huh? I can't see it. Bring it over here.
Clover frowned and moved closer to Dio, holding the pill out towards him. Bazd meg, ezt betrükközte Clover. Suddenly he moved his right hand, snacking out to grab the pill from Clover's hand. Before anyone could react, he shoved it into his mouth. I heard a tiny crack as he bit down on it. Almost immediately, he grimaced in pain. Megmérgezte magát. Bazd meg, ez inkább megmérgezi magát, mint hogy beszéljen.
Shit!
What? What was that?
Poison, I guess.
What?
Csodálatos, tehát ez nem beszél semmit. Fél óra múlva felrobban 4 bomba. Csodálatos.
Damn! How could I be so stupid?
His eyes rolled up into his head, and flecks of spittle began to trickle out of the corners of his mouth. I grabbed him by the hair and shook. What the hell are you doing? Where's the input device?
Lost it. In my couch. Back home.
Don't screw with me.
Fine, don't tell us. How about you give us the deactivation codes instead?
Deactivation. You guys are persistent. Fine. Not gonna do you much good anyway. I'll tell you. You only get one. This is the deactivation code for bomb 3. Ready? LXQ LHC NMR.
Ez betűs csak te kurva. Harmadik bomba. X Q L C De szerintem nem vagy abban a pozícióban, hogy visszaveszély. Szerintem se. What about the other 3? Tell us the other 3. He didn't even seem to hear me.
My body will be a part of the foundation of a bright future.
His voice was weak and more foam was dribbling out of his mouth.
Such a beautiful world. May brother live in everlasting glory.
Na bazd meg. Wow, those were the last words Dio spoke. He died with a strange, happy smile.
He only gave us the password for one of the bombs. This is bad. What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
How much time have we got?
25 minutes.
Are you sure?
Yes. When he told us the time, I checked my bracelet. It said exactly 30 minutes.
You mean the bombs are gonna go off the same time the next set of doors opens?
Yes. The time on your bracelet is the time we have left.
Oh. So, 25 minutes.
This isn't good. I was hoping that we might be able to escape through the white doors, but...
It takes 5 minutes for the primary door to open and close, so...
Yes, I know. There's no way we can get through them before the explosion happens.
Well, there's no point just standing around. We should start looking. We need 3 things. The password input device.
And the remaining 2 bombs, right?
Right.
We also need passwords for all the bombs other than number 3.
Exactly.
Maybe Dio has a note or something?
Hold on. Let me check.
She knelt down and quickly checked his pockets and sleeves, then sat back on her heels frustrated.
Damn, he's clean.
She looked pale.
Then we'll just have to hope we find it somewhere. Tenmyoji, can you go tell Luna what's happened?
Right. I'm on it.
Good. The rest of you, let's move out. We can do this. Let's go.
Na, most már bízunk egymásba annyira, hogy lépjünk valamit. We all took off at a run, heading to different parts of the building. But all of us searching turned up nothing. Ahogy közeledünk a végéhez. Ez azért szép volt, gyerekek. Szerintem amúgy visszamehetünk már az elejére is menteni egy kicsit. Vagy bocsánat, ez nem teljesen az eleje volt, de... Nem baj. Azt a maradék pár szutot meghagynám még a játék végéig. And as we searched, the clock kept ticking. 15 perc. 10, 5, 1. Then at least the chromatic doors open. Szerintem az a robbanás hangos lesz.
Chromatic doors, 5 minutes remain.
Our time had run out. We watched the wide doors open. Were they doors to heaven? Or to hell? The thought barely had time to flutter through my mind before everything went right. My gosh, yes. We didn't even have time to say goodbye. 1,000 emotions flooded my brain in those last moments. Why? How? How had we ended up this way? Then a blistering wave of heat like the surface of the sun itself wiped out any lingering thoughts. Kaboom. My consciousness slipped away into a bottomless pool of darkness. Neither heaven nor hell, only the void. Alice, end. Best served cold. So Alice is ending in Virtue's Last Revolt. Jó. Még megnéznék más branchet. Több kérdőjelünk is van ugyanis. És akkor elkezdünk a kérdőjelekre elmenni. Agent of antiviral medications. Ezt szerintem azért nagyjából megcsináltuk. Where did Alice go? How do we stop fire? Who planted the bomb? Who planted the bomb? Is there proof it wasn't murder? Vissza tudom még ide menni? Ez az az idővonal, ahol azt hiszem, hogy Fáj nyerte a játékot és megszokni készül. Then I stepped out of our AB room a little later than the others. They were already gathered in front of the projection awaiting the announcement of the
You
results.
chose Ally, right? Are you sure that was okay?
Yeah, of course. Fáj did too.
You sound pretty sure of yourself.
Oh, it's not confidence, I already
What?
know. Well, let's just go have a look.
Okay, let's go.
Vagy ezen változtatunk-e bármit?
Result, please.
Bocsik, egy kicsit gyors vágtárba megyek. Betray. Okay.
Points have been assigned
Na
or
várjál
subtracted
csak.
accordingly.
Akkor viszont a legvégére megyek.
Huh?
You only need to search one
What?
person.
Why?
Because I figured out who did it. I know who did it. Visszaugrottunk most a legvégére ennek az ösvénynek.
How can you... There's no way.
Yeah. I met Fai's gaze and only then turned away. I know who set the bombs. That person. That person is you, Dio.
Come on, what is this? Are you high?
Who set up the knife? Why? Who set up the bomb? Achievement unlocked. Well, we're about to find out. Sorry, Kay, but could you hold him down?
Well,
It's on him, I promise.
Knock it off, Sig. You're doing this all backwards.
So, this isn't the curse. Besides, all I want is to know who set the bomb.
Ugh.
Why are you getting so worked up anyway? If you're innocent, then the search will show that. And I look like an idiot.
Nice try, but that's some bullshit totalitarian logic. I don't think so. What are you even basing this on? How do you know I set the bombs? Just spit it out.
I know about the Myrmidons.
The Myrmidon. What?
Most utazgatunk casually az időben.
I beg your pardon?
No. How do you know that, Sigma?
Oh, that's not all I know. I know about Free the Soul and I know about Brother.
What the hell are you talking about?
I can tell you the details later. But there's no question that you were the one who set up the bombs.
The fuck do you think you are? None of that has anything to do with me. I don't know who the Myrmidons are, and I don't know what Free the Soul is, and I certainly don't know anything about some old fart called Brother.
Oh, Dio, tell me, how does that food taste? Who the Myrmidons are, I don't recall saying the Myrmidons were people. And what about Brother? How will you know his age if I haven't said anything besides his name?
Wait, he's left? But that means he's a terrorist!
A terrorist?
Oh dear.
Left?
Well, looks like I won't be able to talk my way out of this one. Seriously though, when did we get so famous? The Myrmidons aren't supposed to be something anybody knows about, let alone you two jokers. Okay, you got me. Yes, I'm the leader of the Myrmidons. My real name is Left. I was sent here to stop Zero Senior's AB plan. That's why I planted the bombs. If it looked like the plan might actually succeed, I was supposed to blow this whole place sky high.
AB plan?
What's that?
Oh, well, looks like you don't know everything after all. I should have been more careful. Then again, it's not like it really matters. After all, you're gonna die here.
What?
Yeah. I leave to overthink.
Whoa there! Better not come any closer. You think I'm not prepared for this? Take one step and it'll be your last.
Then, that thing you're holding.
It's the detonator.
Yeah, I guess it is. Now back the fuck off!
Dio, please, calm down. If you press that button, you'll die too.
So, believe me, there's plenty more where this came from. Now that we've cleared that up, back off! Come on, move it! Go, go, go!
We had no choice. Slowly, carefully, backed away. All of us except for 1, 10.
Hey, Grandpa, you're here and gone? I said back off!
No!
You... I'm not screwing around here.
I can see that. So why don't you do it? Go ahead. Press that button.
What?
Tenmyuji!
Something wrong? Hurry it up. I'm not getting any younger. Oh, do I sense hesitation? What's the matter, Dio? Scared? Well?
You son of a bitch.
Te ki a faszom vagy? Hogy így be tudsz neki szólni.
So you were just bluffing?
I'm not bluffing, goddammit. You hear me? I'll do it.
Oh, I'm sure you will. But there's really something I should tell you. See that detonator you're holding? It's a fake.
Tehát az előbb... Összefoglalva, még a laborban talált valaki egy bombát. Alatta egy lila memory cardot, abba leszűrtünk egy kódot. A kódot varázslatos módon megjegyezte Sigma. Amikor mindenki perfektül átbaszta a másikat, akkor ugrott egy időt, kb. Újraírta az egész múltat és jövőt. Eljutott odáig, hogy ez a szőke srác egy terrorista szervezetnek a vezetője. Kinyomozta azt is, hogy ő rakta le a bombákat. Viszont az előző idővonalon azért robbant fel az egész plac. Mert ami nála volt, a detonátor, az valódi volt. Ezen az idővonalon viszont valami történt, mert most elvileg egy fék van nála.
What?
For just an instant, Dio's eyes twitched down to the device in his hand. That was all the opening 10 needed.
Yeah!
Oh. He cried out as he leaped through the air. 10 slugs shot out, knocking the detonator from Dio's hand. Shit.
What happened?
The detonator, he doesn't have it anymore.
What? What's happening? There's a red light on it now.
Oh, you really fucked up, Tenmyoji. This is what happens when you try to show off.
What?
I'm sorry. This is my fault. I didn't have time to tell you how it works.
What are you saying?
Detonator isn't supposed to be separated from Dio. If it is, then the timer on the bombs automatically activates.
Damn, how much do you know? Fine, whatever. Well, he's right. If that thing ever gets more than a meter away from me, it activates. When it does, it starts the timers on all the bombs. So thanks to this old fart, you get to try and defuse a bunch of activated bombs on a countdown. You can go ahead and destroy the detonator if you want. Once the timers have been activated, they'll go off anyway.
How long do we have? When do they explode?
You should know, Sigma. Why don't you tell her?
30 minutes.
30 minutes? That's crazy!
Yeah.
How do we stop them?
The emergency deactivation password.
None of us know them, though.
Right, none of us. But there's someone who does, isn't there?
What, hoping I might spill the beans? Nice try. Unless one of you is secretly a medium, I think you're shit out of luck.
Wait, a medium?
Well, I'm out. Peace.
I threw myself toward Dio and wrapped my hand around his wrist, slamming it to the floor. He struggled, but I put all my weight on it and kept his arms pinned.
Shit! Let go of me, goddammit! Get off of me! Let me go!
He continued to struggle, but I wasn't going to let him go. I shifted my weight to free one of my hands and started trying to pry his open.
Hey, I'm not fucking around, alright? Let go of my...
But then the others had run over and fired on to Dio along with me. Even then he refused to stop. With increasing desperation he tried to get the hand I had grabbed to his mouth.
We don't have a choice. Luna, go get the soparil.
No, if we put him to sleep we can get what we need out.
You think I don't know that? What other choice do we have? Every minute we spend wrestling this prick is a minute we don't have to deal with those bombs. We don't have time for this.
Right.
What are you doing, Luna? Go!
Right.
Feludni fog egy kicsit.
Okay, I've got it. I'm ready when you are.
You can do whatever you want to me, you fucking coward! You're still gonna die! Go ahead! Tell yourselves you can fix it. Run around like idiots before you get blown to atoms. Serves you fucking right! You're gonna burn!
Oh, for God's sake. Luna, shut him up!
Right. Here goes.
Kapott egy kis adatot. As I began to climb off of him, I finally pried Dio's hand open. Szigban végre csinál valami hasznosat, nekem mondod? Végre nyomoz, meg használja az eszét. That it was just what I'd expected. A small, unassuming capsule. I didn't know what was in it exactly, but it was undoubtedly some kind of poison. I stumbled toward the thing and tossed it into the drain. How much time do we have
25
left?
minutes or so, I believe.
And how much time until the white doors open?
The same.
So, what do we do?
We put in the passers and stop the bombs. Na, de ez már a jövő kérdés lesz. Ugyanis én marhára elfáradtam. Csavaros lett a vége, ugyan. De mondhatjuk, hogy Ez az időhurok egyre jobb és valahol egyre tisztább. Nem szaporítanám sokat a szót. Örüljünk, hogy végre Sigma hasznos lett, annak amúgy én tényleg nagyon-nagyon örülök. Ideje volt már. Azt mondanám, hogy holnap, azaz pénteken este 8-kor, ami lesz veletek, a Wrestlert fogja vinni, ugyanis ez nyert a szavazatotok alapján. Aztán a hetet végül Kabó fogja zárni, magyar idő szerint délután 4 órakor, egy art streammel. Én nagyon szépen köszönöm, hogy eddig kibírtátok Sigmának a hülyeség, mármint hogy itt voltatok ennyien, és végignéztétek velem ezt a szenvedést, vagy mi. Véget elcsíptem, jó pici a Drew. Basszus. Igen, mert pont most ér véget, már lassan 4 óra is tart a stream, sőt. De nagyon-nagyon szépen köszönöm, hogy itt voltatok. Drúnak köszönöm, hogy azért benézett. Vigyázzatok magatokra, aztán találkozunk még. Sziasztok!